Welcome, everybody, to Adventures in Gran Insulae. This is our D&D 5e game inspired by the likes of Treasure Planet, One Piece, Eberron, etc. And yet, oh my goodness, this is the 28th session of our campaign.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, right? We've been at this for our year anniversary was like last week, which is wild. We've been at this for over a year. And don't you worry if you're tuning in new. We'll recap you, and we'll just enjoy the good fun chaos of it all. My name is Julian, or JuliCiel. I'm the GM, but let's just introduce our players and a few words about the characters that they are playing. Addie, why don't you kick us off?
Hello, hello! My name is Addie, and I'm playing the wonderful Elanor Uirchanar! Woo, 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 woo! Elanor is a lovely Eladrin. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. You were just hyping me up. I loved it.
Just a little dance.
Elanor is a princess Eladrin who contains the powers of summer and winter, but she's just always going to be in one of them. Sometimes it flips, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of has to deal with her mood. When she's in her summer form, she is pretty arrogant and doesn't listen to anyone else most of the time. She's growing. And she's beautiful with blushing orange hair, very tan, or basically orange, but in a good way. But then when she's in her winter form, ooh, oh dear, oh my, stay out of her path because she is an unhappy camper. And also when she's in summer form, she's a wonderful sorceress. And then when she's in her winter form, she is a rogue wizard. She loves a little sneak and messing with people, minds, their bodies, who knows. But I meant, you know what I mean, okay? I'm sorry, I wasn't that way, but it's fine. Oh, we're gonna swing on over to our favorite photographer, Matthew.
What up? It's your boy, your friendly neighborhood photographer. I was about to say my name, but we just did that. Yeah, so I play a fun little guy named Diya MorningStar. He's the MCU's 6th childhood genius, because they have a lot of those now. Anyways, he runs around in a little suit of armor that can be stealthy or attacky. As we have established, he is absolutely fucking brilliant. He just outmaneuvered his longtime nemesis in a bout of supreme arcanacy. Is that a word? It is now. We're rolling with it. And
I think arcana is the word you're looking for.
No. I liked arcanacy. Hey, listen, I make up words here and they stick. We're rolling with it. Yeah, so he is a high elf. Was a pretty boy. Has his hair grown back yet?
Oh yeah.
It's been a while.
No. Sylvia got his hair done. His hair did. So his hair was.
We had our salon day. We had a salon day. Yes, we did.
Oh, right.
We did, yeah. But I think the eyebrows are still black though. That was the only thing that didn't.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right.
Yeah,
such an interesting choice.
Nightmare. Oh no, that wasn't a choice. Like you can't re-dye the eyebrows. That's you're stuck. So we got black eyebrows and like platinum blonde hair. Well, it's still pretty short, but yeah. That's Diya. Malik, how about you?
Yes, hello. I'm Malik. I play Sylvia Etherhorn. She is a satyr, but flavored not to be like bottom half goat and goat horns, but bottom half gazelle and gazelle horns, with like some nice deep burgundy-esque I guess fur. It's fur. You would call it fur on what are they, what do you, what's the genus of species for like hooved? Doesn't matter. Anyway, she is a fighter druid multiclass. She loves some sword play, but also transforming into many some could potentially say grotesque wild shapes, because I just flavor them to all have gazelle horns and hooves in some respect. So some of them look a little creepier than others. She has, since we were talking about hair, locks very similar to mine, about the same length, shaved sides and back, and her hair is like silver with some streaks of red in there. And she's the first mate of the crew, trying to keep things going kind of good, but it doesn't ever truly go according to plan. But I think that that's good. It kind of vibes regardless. She's a bit of a hothead. Newly found out she's in love with Elanor. And I would say probably her bestie. I don't know if I've mentioned this to anybody. I'm just gonna say it now. I think Hedson's probably like low key her bestie. They have there's a good dynamic there. I don't know. She was the first, or he was the first person that she told about Elanor. But yeah, just basically no HP at the beginning of this session, I think, from the last fight. But we'll see how that goes. Speaking of her best friend, Michael, take it away.
I'm Michael. You might recognize me from a show you're watching right now. I play Heads and Heels. Heads and Heels is a hill dwarf Way of Mercy monk that has the king of a hellmouth living inside of his head, giving him advice and bad ideas. He's a little possessed and a little bit losing it. And that's all I can say about that.
Aren't we all? Right? So
I get it.
Without any further ado, let's have a little recap because, oh my goodness, there's 3 sessions left in the campaign. Maybe depending on your actions, it'll be 2. I don't know. There's some stuff that's gotta happen. Anyway, we pick up from quite a few wild occurrences last time. It was revealed to you on this strange new alien megacity that you landed on that you were being framed not by anyone native to that planet, but by your enemies of the Gran Insulae Navy, Fleet Admiral Raphael Pope and Admiral Ramina Ishtar, who appeared on the planet with you. Raphael Pope unveiling new control over shadow doppelgangers, something that he picked up. Because, why just have heroes be the only ones that grow in the stories? Why not give the baddies some new tools too? They said that they wanted to make an alliance with you, and you all thought it over and decided to split up, some of you going to the ship to get it back. Truly the best plan ever involving an illusory bouncing ball was floated.
I thought it was a great idea, but whatever.
What if this bouncing ball distracts 12 trained soldiers with guns?
What if I do a deception check for 12 people?
But and yet it worked.
And it worked.
It worked.
And it worked.
It
So
worked.
I was wrong.
Well, it wasn't the ball plan though. That
Addie knows best. Copyrighted.
I think.
It's true.
And the rest of you went to meet with Raphael Pope and Ramina Ishtar and weapons tech Liren Evoy, your former hostage from earlier in the campaign. They revealed that they actually did not have hostile intentions towards you, other than turning the entire planet against you so you would have no choice. They decided to offer you an alliance where all of you would team up to defeat Pandora Nephrite, the ancient Earth Genasi, who is trying to reach this strange area in space. It was revealed this area in space was the Galactic Crossroads, a strange intersection of energy from not just different areas of the galaxy, but perhaps even the multiverse, because Raphael Pope showed you a video where a tear in space produced a voice of a strange otherworldly being named Alec, who was offering a partnership with Nephrite. So you all are able to fight off 3 Gundams with the help not only of your good pals Azalen Vox, the kind of shipwright of the whole situation, but also of Eleanor's mother, the Ember Queen, and also the 3 Navy members who are now your allies in this uneasy alliance. Title of the episode. For now. Maybe I'll change it.
Title of that? Roll credits?
So now, you find yourselves blasting off from this megacity, leaving the planet of Eternatus, and rocketing through space. You are all... Some of you are fairly banged up. Mostly thinking of Sylvia right there.
Just me. 3 HP.
And your 3 new compatriots get on the ship with you. Liren Evoy in a battle armor that is white and blue navy colors, not unlike Diya's own battle armor. She presses a command on the suit, and then it whirs back. The nanomachines slide back into the device on her wrist. Ramina Ishtar gets onto the ship and just takes a seat on the ground with her sword sheathed in front of her. And Raphael Pope looks to all of you and says, "Nice place you got here. Fun little organic tech, modern tech, Magitech. This isn't a bad ship. Thank you so much for being such accommodating hosts."
You need to comment on the interior decorating. That wasn't necessary.
We also didn't exactly have a choice in the matter either, but
Also, no comment about my art. You can see Zaxxery is like on fire in a corner.
Oh
like,
God!
screaming.
Uh,
In this beautiful mural of friendship, but then also Zaxxery on fire.
Dying.
I feel like you're trying to tell me something.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I have not liked you since the beginning, right, Sylvia?
Yeah, that's true.
High five. High five.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Relax. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Thank you.
Hey, I mean, listen, Elanor, this is a temporary partnership. Once we get rid of Lady Nephrite, once we stop whatever the heck thing is gonna come out of that whatever, we can go back, we can slug it out on a planet side, on our homeworld. I think that'll be a lot nicer than trying to do it.
Yeah, I absolutely trust everything you're saying right now, Zaxxery.
Have I ever lied to you?
Yes, you have.
A couple.
Multiple
oh.
times.
See, that was a
Remember
joke.
the amulets? Remember
Clearly,
heads
no,
in?
clearly I've lied. I've lied to you constantly.
You are my least favorite person.
What an honor. Rent
Oh,
free,
okay.
baby. He leaves.
Hey, we already have people occupying our head, and they don't pay rent, and
That's
they're not
right.
you.
I live
Damn
here
right.
for free. I'm a squatter.
Yeah. It's rent controlled.
Yep.
Henson,
rent-
the heat in here needs to be looked at.
I'm not doing any accommodation.
Ishtar, sitting down, looks over to Sylvia. You look wounded.
Oh, do I? Yeah, you got there a little bit late, but you know those mecha fellows were kind of beating the shit out of me for a good while. I am bleeding profuse. Do we have like a mob or something? This is a lot of blood I'm losing right now.
Let me ask you something. Did I get there late? Or did you get there early? Think about that. She walks away.
What?
Oh my god.
I mean, she's got a point, but what the fuck was that?
Liren is being the last Navy member not wandering the ship. Looks to Diya, looks to Azaelin. Azaelin kind of gives an uneasy Liren. She says nothing and goes to wander the ship.
Oh God. Can I? I'm just gonna, in hopes that there will be a long rest soon, and probably won't need to fucking. I'm just gonna second level cast Cure Wounds on myself. I literally have 3 HP. Like, it's bad here.
Sylvia, you can do that. I will say, I think it is probably a good time for all of us to get some sleep now. I didn't take very much hits in that battle. I can keep watch on them.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. Can someone like walk me there? I don't have a lot of strength in my legs right now.
I like carry Sylvia, not in any elegant way, but kind of like just like a plank of wood across my shoulder, like carrying.
Yeah, because I'm literally like 3 feet taller than you.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, we're going to bed.
Oh,
And
thank you.
You know, good for my now this would be a good time to know what the back muscles are called. Whatever the,
Straps.
Good
Lats.
tight.
Lats.
It'd be a good time for my trapezoids and my latoids.
We're just coming with all sorts of words today.
Medicine check on what this thing is called.
What?
28. They are traps. Thank you.
Wait, did you just roll
Latitoids.
and then decide the answer for yourself?
No, I mean I rolled to see if I know what it is.
No, what did you? And how did you arrive at what you knew what it is?
You telling me?
Oh my God.
That's a little bit of imp.
He just willed
Anyway,
planetoids into existence in this universe.
I throw Sylvia onto a cot and pop on the other one. Don't ask how that happened, and I go to sleep.
Oh, okay. Good
All right.
night.
Henson and Sylvia are sleeping. Elanor, it's me, Zeno, inside your head.
I'm so sorry, Zeno. Sometimes you sound like my mother, and sometimes you sound like you, and just, you both annoy me to the same degree. So,
That
welcome
was-
back. How's the AC
was- That
upstairs?
was so hurtful. Oh my goodness, I thought we were friends.
I'm sorry, Zeno. I'm just, a little blue. Bada ching.
I haven't been corporeal in a very long time.
You haven't been what? That was the big word for Elanor.
I'm a consciousness without a body.
Ah,
Been a sec since I've been banged up.
that does make sense. That does make sense. What's up, Zeno? What do you need?
I just wanted to, since Henson fell asleep quite quickly, just wanted to see your thoughts on if I should try to mind read any of these Navy folks here.
Oh, I think that's a great idea. Go to Zaxxery first. I freaking hate that guy.
Okay, I feel like his brain will be very scary, but I can give it a try.
It'll be a good warm-up to get into the others, I think.
Oh, okay, all right. Goodbye, Elanor. You don't know why you hear a popping sound, but
I was gonna do.
Ow! What? God, now I have a headache? My God. She pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking it.
What? Fuck is you?
Eleanor, it's me,
Now
your
that
mom.
now that is my mother. That I know.
me
Mother,
that.
what is up?
Give me that. I want some.
All right.
Dia uses mage hand and puts out the cigarette. No smoking on the spaceship.
Eleanor, kill him.
Mother.
What's happening?
Eleanor, kill him.
We're at 100 already.
Mother, I am not going to kill him. In no world would I ever kill Diya. But Diya, is there some sort of private room that we can just, mother, daughter, have a little moment together, a little smoke break, I guess?
We are in a tiny, tiny little ship in the vastness of space with highly concentrated levels of oxygen.
What about the bathroom? We can both fit in the bathroom. We'll just, blow the smoke into the toilet waste bin, and then we can flush it out into the space,
If even an ember were to spark these highly concentrated levels of oxygen, our entire ship would blow up. So no, you cannot smoke a cigarette.
All right,
on
all
the
right.
ship.
Already
Mother?
smoking in here?
Mother,
No.
the moment we land, we're having a moment and smoking a cigarette.
Cool. We could just have a moment anyway. I don't care.
It's too much
But
now.
it-
Too much.
it-
My
here-
head hurts. I can't have a cigarette because apparently I smoke when I'm in my winter form.
Here, have a
It's
push
a new
pop. Here,
thing.
have a push pop.
How do these things exist?
Whoa. Something that exists in our world? That's amazing.
What the fuck?
This push pop, we've never seen this in the Feywild. Mother, have you seen this?
No, but listen, D is from a whole fancy city. I guess whatever he says goes.
Yes.
I'm getting flashbacks of Julian 4 minutes
Yes,
ago.
so
Going, this
way-
might be a 4-parter, and it's like, how about a push pop?
Oh god.
so the way the push pop works.
Yes. Okay. So yes, I'm holding it like this. What do I do?
So it's a tube. You squeeze the one side and then it pops out into your face.
Oh my goodness, that's kind of fun. Mother, try it.
Hands it back to you.
The least involved Ember Queen has ever been the whole campaign.
I eat my push pop. I slurp it right down. I start to get a brain
Oh,
freeze.
no.
My winter form. It doesn't give me a brain freeze.
Not slurp it right
This
down.
is a solid.
No, push pops don't give you brain freezes. They give you brain fires.
What are we
Ah,
talking
that's
about?
funny. Never heard of that one before.
I'm going to
That
bed
was
too.
solid.
Yeah. I feel a little tired after that. That was a lot. That's why I wanted a cigarette, just to unwind for the day, Diya. But this push pop, it'll have to do. It'll have to do.
Diya, you're left alone with Azalin, who's like, do you need to check on that captain, or we good to brief about this very powerful people on our ship right now?
We should probably keep an eye on them. Yes. Since you're taking first, do you want to push pop?
Do I want to?
I cannot.
These were made illegal in Bastille when a child choked on them. So.
Really?
Yes.
That's such a shame.
Yeah, Navy can't really take any risks like that. It looks like because they run the whole island. It looks like a child died on Navy
sure.
Yeah, I'll have one though.
Yeah, here. I'll join you.
Where did you get these?
So, I was exploring the ship, and apparently my uncle had a stockpile of them.
Really? He keeps that figure eating this many push pops?
There's an entire cooler of them, just in the back.
He keeps them cool?
It's deceiving because it's cool, and then your brain gets hot.
Wild. Anyway, I'll keep an eye on Liren. She's very scary. Don't really know what to do about the others. They're a little bit out of my league, but I can.
Yeah, I think at this point the fates are pretty much tied to Oz, so they can't mess around too much.
Right, they don't have a ship.
Diya is gonna make a quick perception check, to make sure they're alone and see Liren might have done anything. Not done anything, but if I want to make sure Liren's not paying attention right now or isn't in earshot.
Yeah, you can make a perception if you want to.
What is my perception? That's a 16.
It doesn't seem like that. Liren's in earshot, and Liren also went off to a different part of the ship than Pope and Ishtar.
I forget. Has Azalin gotten Xeno'd yet?
Yes.
Oh,
He was fucking Xeno before me.
rather than speaking out loud, hold on, just like, Lord Zeno, may I borrow your assistance?
Ah, Lord, that's a new one. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, you deserve some modicum of respect. You've been nothing but beneficial.
Yes, I do.
Okay, don't make me regret my choices. Please confer to Azalin that our dear friends already tried to sabotage the ship, of which I was able to thwart. I allowed them to think they succeeded, but yes.
Azalin raises an eyebrow and through Xeno's channel goes, do you know what exactly they were trying to sabotage?
That was actually going to lead into the question I was going to ask you, the DM. With that check that I had, because of how high it was, I know I was able to thwart it and make it appear that it was successful. Did I know what it was that they're trying to do?
You can make one more Arcana check.
Cool.
You have to roll high.
How does nat 20 suit you?
Oh.
God damn it. Diya, you
I wish I was making this shit up.
are able to pick up, after a little bit of futzing around in the computer, a digital trail. This was not necessarily like a virus attack that will infect your computer. This was a direct attempt to kind of blast a inner mechanism of the ship digitally. There was an attempt, it looks like, to mess with the radar of the ship, but it's gone now. It was just kind of a few buttons were pressed, and then the attack happened, you were able to stop it, it didn't go through. With that nat 20, what you can also piece together is Liren does not know that it didn't go through.
Yeah, I guess they were attacking the radar.
to make us get lost?
But that wouldn't make any sense because they want us to get to the destination and succeed. But do they want us flying blind?
I'm not sure, Captain, but I can keep an eye outside. But I think the fact that you were able to pick up on that just says maybe we should be wary about trusting them.
Indubitably.
At least Lyrin, though she, frankly, scares me a lot less than the other two.
For the time being, let's pretend we're having issues with the radar as we proceed.
Very well.
I don't know what her game is, but let's play it out and see what happens.
Understood, Captain.
Let's actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to route all incoming data to the radar to my personal terminal. Diya gestures to it, the thing on his wrist, and then we'll just have something dead pinging on the screen, or just a dead display.
Interesting. All right. At your command, Captain. From the outside, by the way, this just looks like Diya and Azaling eating push pops in silence next to each other. Anything else you all are doing before your long rest? All right. Everyone.
What the fuck is this?
Addie, are you raising your hand?
Just because I don't need to do a full long rest, can I wake up after my 4 hours and do something?
Sure.
Shick. I mean, you keep going if you lead us there, but
No, go for it.
okay. So let's say it's a sweet little the witching hour. Elanor has woken up, and I would love for her to go spy on Zaxxery and the gang.
Okay. Elanor, you wake up in your summer form.
Oh shit!
Well.
Wait, it's okay. No.
Well.
Okay.
By the rules of how this works. You wake up.
Alright, she still goes and sneaks and she's not really thinking. She's not thinking about it. She hasn't looked in the mirror. She feels great, but
So, as a gesture of goodwill, it looks like Raphael Pope, aka Zaxxery, Ramina Ishtar, and Lyrin Evoy have all taken different cabins. Pope and Ishtar are across from each other, but the doors are closed right now. Lyrin is on the other side of the ship, kind of by herself, a little bit more on the side with more of you all. Who are you going to spy on?
Ishtar.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Fuck. Oh, sorry.
Ishtar?
My winter form for everyone's just knowledge has a plus 11, so...
No, I know.
Yeah.
God.
This is fine.
Okay, here we go. I'm rolling.
You sure are.
A sensible 15.
Okay.
That is sensible.
Sensible.
Well,
That is sensible.
let me do some math, because Ishtar's dump stat is her wisdom.
Oh.
It kind of just depends on her proficiency bonus. So,
Passive perception.
yeah, so
My
let
passive
me check.
perception is
This would
juicy.
definitely be passive perception, because she's not rolling for anything. She doesn't know to expect anything. Passive perception at her level does not bring it up enough to... Actually, wait, a 15 you said? Okay.
No, a 16. I'm just kidding. Yeah, 15.
She does not detect you.
She's realist.
In her room, is there like any sort of bag or briefcase, laptop
So you're
type
just
thing?
walking into her room while she's asleep?
I mean, I'm sneaking in. I'm being quiet.
Okay, yeah, you do so. She has packed very light. There's like a knapsack with like changes of clothes for a few days and like just a few basic provisions, and her sword, which she sleeps with like clutched to her chest, basically.
Can I?
Please. Please.
This can go one of two ways.
I
So-
can just see
So
in
remember
your
when this became the
eyes.
last episode of the campaign?
I can just see in your eyes.
Fun
We're
fact,
gonna do-
in the first ever campaign Addie and I played together, she stole everything off of one of the big bads of the session as her rogue, and then tried to go for his greatsword, and then it didn't work.
Oh no!
Anyway, what are you doing?
I want to. Okay. Is there some sort of stick in the room? A pencil, a pen, a
I knew it. I fucking
A
knew it. I
stick in the
fucking.
room.
something that she can. Eleanor's plan right now is to quickly grab the sword out and put the little the
No,
pole.
we understand what you're trying to do.
No, we know
That
you're. We
is
know you're trying to
bat
Indiana
shit.
Jones this.
Eleanor, there's a push broom, a wooden push broom.
Yes.
Oh my god. Amazing.
You're
Um,
gonna die. You're gonna
Before,
die.
wait, before she does it though, can she? Zeno, Zeno, are you awake?
Don't involve him in this.
Hello, what's up? I guess I don't need to sleep because I don't have a physical body.
I mean, you literally said that to me 4 hours ago. Okay, so I'm trying to do something right now. I'm trying to, get the advantage on the bad guys who are friends right now, but we know they're bad guys. So, if anything goes wrong here, could you just wake up Hedson, pretty immediately?
Oh, I'm pretty good at waking Hedson up, don't worry.
I thought so! I knew that'd be your favorite thing to do, so I knew you would love to do this! So do you have the plan? You
Yeah, I got it.
understand?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wake up Hedson if something goes wrong. Easy.
Beautiful! Alright, you can, just chill out and, watch the show.
I can't wait. Alright, sleight of hand?
Oh my god.
DC 5000.
Okay, I'm so scared.
Should be.
Ah! Another sensible 15.
Okay.
I'm.
Here's what happens.
Oh no!
Elanor, you very carefully grab the push broom from the corner, make your way over to Ishtar. As soon as you put your hand on the sword,
Mm-mm.
hey, you're an elf too.
Oh my god!
I also sleep for 4 hours. That's crazy.
Well, let me just be frank right now. I don't trust you, and so I wanted to go hide your sword because I just don't trust you with a weapon right now. So if you could just hand it over right now, and then I'll give it back to you once we land and get to wherever we are. I am being very truthful right now. I very promise that. Pinky promise.
I very promise that.
See, the thing is, if you take my sword, I might forget it. So I don't want to do that.
No, I'll remember it. Oh, wait, 1 second. Zeno!
Hey!
Don't let us forget the sword, okay?
Don't let us forget this. Sure, yes. Yes, I'm winking.
All right, well, see, I just talked to someone in my brain that would absolutely help remind me to give you your sword whenever we get there. It's just a little precaution. You're on our home turf. I don't know why we didn't just take your weapons when we got on. That was quite silly of us, and I thought of it in my dreams during those 4 hours.
I mean, this would be a pretty reasonable request most of the time. It's just kind of a very, very important part of, my backstory that I don't give
Yes, Ishtar, we all have important backstories, especially us as, elves, Eladrin. We are so important, so historical, and, everyone should kind of look up at us, because everyone else on this ship, they're kind of below us. I mean, else except Diya, because Diya is, part elf. But,
Are you racist?
are you?
What?
No.
Oh, then no, I'm not racist.
Then no.
What?
But look, in the meantime, to remind yourself, I got you this lovely broom that will help remind you. And we can also paint it once everyone's up to make it look like your sword, and then it'll really help remind us for me to go grab it for you once we are just about where we're getting.
There was people with brooms before, too.
I believe that. I believe that. And I would rather take a chance with you with a broom than you with your mighty big sword.
Look, the last person to get that sword away from me is that guy across the hall. Points to Pope's door. And he would only give it back to me if I joined the Navy, and I had to say yes, because I really like that sword. So, I'm not letting anyone else take that sword for their own sake.
What if I double pinky promise you?
How does that work?
Okay, so like, let's say this is your hand and this is my hand. We would do this, but with both of our hands. So like, we would interlock, and that would be a double pinky promise that I would give you your sword back. And I swear on my mother, I swear on my kingdom of summer and winter.
What are you swearing again? I forgot.
That I would give you back your sword. I promise. I don't like swords anyway. Like, I won't use it. Obviously, I'm a very magical being, very strong. What, excuse me?
Persuasion check?
Let's
That's
go.
what she was waiting for.
Let's go. Let's go.
That
Oh, you are
one.
a sorcerer. Yeah.
Natural 20 plus 9.
Oh my god.
This can't be stupider.
Wow!
I could bring the camera over and show you. It's right there on a nat 20 and my persuasion, which is also my proficiency plus 9, baby.
Why? Why this?
Ishtar? Double pinky promise?
No.
Oh my god, our first friendship promise! Thank
Alright,
you! Oh my gosh.
You feel the pinkies tighten on yours, and then she lifts you up in the air by your pinkies. Right, you're gonna hold true to that promise, okay? And that's really for your sake. Because if that sword's not given back to me, I do have other ways to kill people.
I believe it!
Okay.
I believe it!
Drops it.
Oh my god. Oh, that was quite the stretch. Maybe my spells will be a little bit better now. You know, my fingers needed that extra stretch. Okay, well, here's your broom.
Cool.
It looks great on you, and my other promise still holds true. If you want to paint it, make it a little bit more spicy in the morning, we absolutely can.
At this moment, the door across the hall opens. Hey, are we giving Elanor our weapons? What's happening here?
Yeah.
I'm another elf. I also sleep 4 hours. I heard everything.
What the fuck is this? There has been all the motherfuckers on this ship sleeping the whole time.
Zachary, I just
Yeah,
forgot
we're
that
both
you're an
sleeping.
elf because you're my least favorite elf. Sorry, I'm just a little blunt.
You ever held a gun before?
No, thank you.
Careful with that.
What do I do with it?
Don't pull the trigger.
You got it. All right. Well, I will just take this gun and this sword and go hide it.
Another flawless Elanor plan.
Thank you. I knew you would understand, Zeno.
Listen, first it was the ball, and then it was this. You're really just on a roll here.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, I see what you did there, Zeno. You're so funny.
You're on the ball.
I'm rolling.
We're blasting off again.
Yep.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, Zachary. Thank you, Ishtar. I really appreciate this little bit of faith, a little bit of trust between us. I will say it hasn't grown a lot, but it makes me a little bit more comfortable being around you guys right now.
No, listen, it's totally fair. It just completely slipped our minds because this is really one of the first times we've ever been in a situation like this, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it shouldn't have slipped your mind. It kind of slipped our mind. It's our ship. Like, I wouldn't really think that you guys would be like, oh, by the way, let me give you your weapons. Okay, well, I'm a little bit hungry. I'm gonna go, hide these, and then I'm gonna go make some lovely breakfast for some of us. You know, Sylvia had a really rough time in that fight, and I think it would be great for all of us to have a beautiful, bountiful breakfast.
You're gonna hide them.
Yes,
You're not
that's
just
what I
gonna
that's what I told Ishtar.
Keep them in a place where we can get to them in case there's danger. What if we're?
Oh, I'll tell you. Don't you worry. I will tell you.
Then why are you hiding them?
Because I don't trust you.
Okay, go for it, Elanor.
Okay. Goodbye.
You walk down the hall with their weapons. Pope stands with his arms folded. Ishtar just stands with the broom. She wraps another hand very slowly around the side of it and goes just at the air.
Cool.
All right.
Wow,
Another
bravo.
4 hours pass. Where are you hiding these, by the way, Elanor?
Can I go? Is there an engine room?
You're gonna hide them in the engine room.
Oh, wait, no, I have the perfect idea. I go to my mother's room.
Okay.
What? You already gave
Mother,
your-
I know you're awake.
Elanor, you woke me up. She opens the door.
To go so bad.
So I kind of just made a whole plan by myself, and I have Ishtar's lovely sword right here, and then this Zaxary's gun. You're kind of one of the most powerful people on the ship, and I would love for you to just protect it and make sure they don't have access to it until I say so, Mother.
She takes them both out of your hands.
Can you do maybe some sort of spell to hide it or something?
She unsheaths Ishtar's sword, and there's a burst of white energy. Ow! Oh, my arm!
Oh, Mother, I didn't say use it. I said hide it.
Elanor, that was very important. That was very important what I just did.
Yeah, now you know what that sword does. It was very important.
Yes. No. For serious, Elanor. Whenever she does her weird little dashy thing, there's a big flash of light. We kind of just assumed that was what she could do. She shows you the sword. Look at the edge of that thing. See that white edge of the sword? She's striking the sword against the inside of the scabbard to make that flash. That is why she always sheaths her sword before doing that thing.
Oh, Mother, I have a great idea. When we give them back their weapons, when it's, end all be all times, we don't give her back the sheath. We can give her back the sword. Throw the sheath out the window if you want, Mother.
Want me to do that now?
If you can do it without them catching you. Absolutely.
All right. She takes Ishtar's sheath. She walks out the door, immediately walks back in. They're still standing in the hallway.
Well, then I would wait. Let's just, maybe wait till everyone's awake and they're at breakfast and you can, oh, Mother, I'm making a beautiful, bountiful breakfast for all of us to regain our strength. And during that time, you can go back to your room and throw the sheath out of an airlock.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Thank you!
So 2 sessions left, I think, is probably what we're looking like. I think this one and then last session.
I'll
next
kill you in
session.
one. It'll be great. What?
Well, Mother, now we have dealt with 2 out of the 3. I mean, that third one I really, really despise. But I don't really know what to do with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know either. She's weird. I don't get her.
Yeah.
I don't get her vibe.
Maybe I can just win her over. Maybe I should ask her to paint, and then she became my friend, and then I will destroy her.
Is that... Why do you... So you're gonna hurt her feelings? Is that...
I think she's quite sensitive. In my opinion, I think that's just a hard exterior to be like,
Sounds really
I'm
mean.
so big and bad.
She's like, 90% of the words she says is making fun of Diya.
That is true, but I think it's because she admires Diya, Mother. It's a double thing. It goes deeper than that.
Oh, well, I guess you've been around longer than I have, so maybe.
Well, technically, you've been around a lot longer than me, like
no.
centuries.
No, around them. around those kids.
Well, just by a couple of days, Mother. You met them a couple of days after me.
It's-
Oh, but I have been with them way longer. I digress.
I was gonna say, you spent time in a prison.
Oh, maybe I can poison her with breakfast.
What? Alright.
Even the Evergreen is like, this is getting...
Mother, I'm truly on one right now. I feel great. This is gonna go so well for us.
Going to bed.
You just... Okay, good night. I go make breakfast.
With 4 hours to spare?
It's gonna be a bountiful breakfast,
It's
Julian.
gonna be cold, is what it's
This-
gonna be.
This
I am
fucking
hand
bountiful-
pressing every single orange.
I've never heard bountiful in the same day as much as today, ever.
What fucking check is this? Just a general dexterity check for me.
Oh my god. Yeah, why are there no
not
food?
bad.
I feel like
related
it's a
checks?
series of checks. Like it's an intelligence
Oh.
check to remember the recipes. A
Oh,
dexterity check for,
9.
like, the way the food looks.
Well, we already got the important check
Performance
out of the
for
way.
sure, somewhere.
So
in
were you
there.
trying to poison Lyran's food?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't being super serious, but
Happening.
I mean, not with that roll,
I was
no.
gonna say I don't even know if there's poison on the ship.
Yeah, I don't know how to do poison. She was just riffing with her mother.
No, Timmy's right. Just give Lyran carbs. That's all it takes.
Carbs.
Yeah.
Hanson and I are so fucked. All these goddamn elves doing all these hijinks and crazy shit while we're sleeping.
I cannot wait to wake up after
When
this.
when you
To
all
everyone dead.
wake up, you smell burning, which is
Incredible.
strange because electric stoves are what the ship uses.
Oh no.
And yet, you step out to Elanor, who, with a platter of burnt pancakes, irregularly cut strawberries, orange juice that you're pretty sure still has a peel somewhere inside of it.
Oh what?
Remember, she's a princess. She doesn't make food for herself.
It's a bit of a mess out here.
Oh.
Hudson wakes up and it's like, "Hey, Eleanor, do anything normal last night?"
Oh my goodness, I made a bountiful breakfast for all of us. I will say this is the first time I've ever made food, so be kind, but also
She just winks at Hedson.
What is
Zeno.
that?
I don't know what he's
Hey.
saying. What she's saying either, Hedrover. It's all Greek to me.
Hudson like puts a hand on Eleanor's shoulder and is like, "Hey, did you take anything before you went to bed?"
Henson, can you not tell? I'm in my summer form. That's what I took.
This is like when mom on Quaaludes form. This is a lot. To...
No, just let me 1 second, Henson. Zeno,
Eh?
tell him of what I did last night, because I just don't want them to overhear me.
Okay. Hedrover.
Yep.
You know that thing where like a child makes something out of clay and we're
With you so far.
really
somehow.
proud of it.
Yeah.
So it's
That-
kind of like that.
So vague. What?
Hudson walks over to the mural of all the art that Eleanor's been doing while in winter form, and is like, "I think it's really great. The breakfast, this, just good. Zeno told me everything, and you know what? Good job with what you're doing. Keep it up, but don't do too much of it because, you know,
Too much of it.
Henson, you are part of the plan as well, though.
what the fuck do you?"
Oh, while we're sitting eating our bountiful breakfast, I would love for you to pretend to take my mother. Take her aside. Make it
Take
seem
her-
like it can be romantic. But
Oh.
then she is going to throw the sheath thing of that big, beautiful sword of Ishtar out of the airlock.
What do you fucking do with the sword? What are you talking about?
What the fuck is going on right
It's
now?
the sheath. It makes the blinding light. So let's just put her at a little bit of a disadvantage in case she turns on us, and then we'll be a little bit. We'll have a little head, like a little leg up.
I'm sorry. Wait a second. I'm. You got her sword?
Yes, Zeno. I thought you were gonna tell Edson this at least.
You
He started talking about fucking clay and shit.
Eleanor, you only told me to wake him up if you were in trouble.
You were gonna wake me up while I was sleeping?
I snuck into Ishtar's room last night, took her sword, but she did wake up, so I did convince her to give me her sword. I gave her a broom instead. She said she could still kill us with a broom, but you know, it's a little bit easier. It's a broom. But then Zaxxery came in and gave me his gun. So then I gave both of those things to my mother, and mother found out that when you unsheath the sword, that's what makes the blinding light. So I had the brilliant idea to just throw the sheath out into space, so then we're at an advantage. So, Hedson, do you understand now your plan during this bountiful breakfast?
Your mother is so high all the time.
What do you think?
You gave her 2 lethal weapons.
Oh, but it's okay. She had just woken up, so like that was the most sober she ever
You hear
is.
a gunshot from her room. Oh, fuck.
What the fuck? I
Oh,
sprint,
my
dead sprint,
God.
step of the wind to the fucking.
Elanor, what do you think is gonna happen when she finds out her sheath is gone? Wait. I know they're like not our friends, but they're still pretty scary, and I don't want to piss them off before we have to fight. Okay, but picture this, right? We expend a lot of resources fighting them, and say we do kill them. I think it's, within our power, sure. But then, let's say, big ol' fucking rock fucking cunt appears out of nowhere, and we have to fight her. And we don't have as much juice as we would have had if we hadn't fought those 3. Wait.
Oh, well, I'm not going to give them their weapons back until we see the big rock thing. That's the promise. Once things go haywire, I'll give them back their weapons then. But then I'll be like, oops, I lost your sheath. And then she'll be like, oh, well, and we're fighting the rock thing.
I don't think she's gonna just say, oh, well, about her sheath being gone. Cards on the table.
Kill us because she's going to want to kill the big rock thing first. And then we'll kill the big rock thing. And then she'll be tired. And hopefully we'll be okay. And then we'll kill her. I think Diya would love this plan.
Diya, you're up.
Did I wake up, or am I still? Surely
I'm with the Ember Queen and the gun.
I must still be sleeping. I start slapping myself in the face.
Diya comes running in with a fire extinguisher. Where's the fire?
Right here! I get it, because I'm, orange again.
Can you be wearing an apron if I kiss the elf or kiss the captain or something?
But the smoke is the ship isn't burning. We're not
Oh,
exploding.
I cooked a bountiful breakfast.
And I shot a gun.
Mother!
What do you?
Say
Why do
it
you?
out loud.
Can I take it?
Your Majesty, where'd you get a gun?
Oh, this is what's his face? Sunglasses.
Zaxxery.
Yeah.
Are they not here? Where are they?
Wait, why do you have Zaxxery's gun?
Well, so last night when I woke up, I snuck into Ishtar's room, switched out her sword and broom, but then she woke up because I forgot she's also an elf, so that was silly of me. But then I convinced her to give me her sword in exchange for a broom. She still said she could kill us with the broom, which I understand, but it will be a little easier to fight her. But then Zaxxery came in and also gave me his gun. So then I took both of those things, gave it to my mother, and then I came up with a brilliant plan, Diya. So I made this beautiful, bountiful breakfast for all of us. At some point during that, Hedson's going to take my mother and pretend it's a little romantic escapade, but then actually go throw the sheath of the sword out of the airlock, because that is what makes the big flashing light, not herself, her weapon.
While the information is admittedly useful, you do realize there are best chance at winning the upcoming fight.
Yes, but all I'm doing is taking away her white flashing light. I mean...
The one she's going to use on the enemies that we're about to fight.
Okay, then I throw it out once we defeat the big green rock person. Sorry, I'm just seeing red everywhere because summer form!
I just start eating the bird. Just
Can I? Does the queen have the gun still?
Yeah, she has
let's.
the gun.
I really don't want holes punctured in our ship. Your Majesty, the gun, please.
Yeah, honestly, I do. I will say, Mother, you should probably give him the sword and the gun.
And the sword.
Yeah, I just didn't want to wake you up. I didn't know if you went to sleep right away, and I know you need your rest after that battle.
Elanor, what would happen if we were to suddenly be attacked if they didn't have their weapons?
Oh, I would give it to them, or tell them where they are. They're fast. They could get to them quickly.
Okay.
Your spread, not half bad.
Elanor, excellent effort, excellent initiative. considering the grandioseness of what we're dealing with, now this is a group decision, but I think it would be best if we gave the weapons back.
What?
Hudson steps in and is like, "Hey, sport. Look, this breakfast is bountiful. What else can I say? Hold it in. But I think we should save the like, I didn't want to wake you up for like the alarm goes off, or like the toilet was clogged. We shouldn't do it for 2 admiral members of the Navy stealing their weapons. That should be a day thing. That shouldn't be a one person at night. Am I, Diya, are you with me?
Fine, give them back.
The other thing is, actually probably has about 10 more guns on his person.
Okay, well, I didn't think about that, but at least Ishtar doesn't have her weapon. But if you want to give it back to her, that's fine.
I feel like I stepped on some toes. I'm gonna finish the breakfast.
Zachary, wake up! We made a bountiful breakfast for you.
I'm here.
Wait!
He comes in from the bathroom. Hey.
See, food. It's a peace offering, and here's your gun back.
Oh, cool.
I did
Hey.
fully just eat like a third of all of that,
Hey.
by the way.
Wow,
Now, you
so
better enjoy that food. It was made just for you.
I will enjoy that food, Diya Morningstar. Thank you. Thanks, Elanor, and thanks for my gun back. I really appreciate the effort that you would put into trusting me.
I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just say this like to the side, tried to just say it to Elanor. It's a good idea. I don't really trust them as far as I can throw them either. Admittedly, I did want to maybe try and spar with Ishtar just to like see if I'm like on the same level, maybe past it, I don't know. But I don't, it's probably still for the best that they have their stuff, you know. But I don't, the breakfast is good. It was really good.
That's fine. You can all lie to me. I can see through it.
I'm not lying to you. I'm being honest.
Elanor, it's me, your mother. Let's take a walk.
Can I talk to Zachary / Raphael while this is happening
Absolutely.
as well? Awesome.
Hey, Edson.
I just eat so many fucking pancakes. They were so good.
So I was thinking,
No syrup.
you and I
love
have
pancakes.
some bad blood, but I was wondering maybe we could help each other out in
Oh,
this one moment
That's one of my
before.
favorite things to do. Help people.
That's a sure. But so you can make like clones of anybody, right?
Well, there's a few stipulations that have to be met first, but, you know, kind of depends.
Could you clone me and I see if I can beat up myself? Because if I can beat me, then no one can beat me. You know what I'm
Beat
saying?
himself off.
I can do that. One thing about the clones is that they are relatively fragile compared to the real thing. Clone you might go down in a hit or two. If you want something to spar against, absolutely, but, you know, that might be more
Yeah.
defense training than offense training.
I can take some defense training.
Alright. He makes a little shadow clone of Henson real quick. I'm Doctor.
I do sound like
What
this.
the fuck?
All right, clone me. Try to hit me as hard as you can.
Where's your stethoscope?
What is this? What I sound like?
It's pretty spot on, actually.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Oh!
Jesus fucking Christ! Well, that hits no matter what, right? Even if it's higher.
Henson, you
Yeah.
are rocketed across the room and you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Holy shit!
Alright, so you want me to do that again, or,
Oh, yeah, one more should do it.
Okay. It's
I
cocked.
should do what exactly?
Okay. What's... That's a 21 to hit.
I have 21 AC.
Beats it,
It's you.
beats it.
Oh my god.
Oh, it does?
20
That's what it is?
Crazy.
Fuck.
God
You
damn.
take another 9 points of damage.
Okay. All right. I think I got the patterns now. All right. One
And
more.
that was helpful for you?
Yeah, just one more. I'm pretty sure I can block it this time.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Hmm.
Well, that's higher. Just 5 though.
All right. I think I've learned everything I can learn about this situation now.
At this point, Liren with a cup of coffee walks into the kitchen, sees a clone of Hedson beating himself up, and then she just walks back out of the kitchen.
It's perfectly natural.
Just because we've had a bit of Elanor time, Sylvia, did you want to talk to Ishtar?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
She in the kitchen. Did she come in, or not in the kitchen? I guess wherever we were eating. Did she come in with Zaxter?
No, she comes in now though.
Oh, okay. Did she get her sword back, or does she still just have the broom? Because I know Zaxter has his gun back.
I think it was said that the intention was to give it back.
Oh, okay.
So I think maybe the Ember Queen gives it to her. She just kind of like snatches it from the Ember Queen, sticks like half a pancake in her mouth.
So, Ishtar, I was thinking about what you said yesterday about was I there like early instead of you being there late, which sounded like complete and total bullshit at first, but then I thought a bit more. I was like, wait a second, I did get there early, and maybe if I had a bit more, because you're fast, like you're really fast, and I'm pretty fast too, but you're like I don't fucking understand how you're so fast. So I was wondering, she cracks her knuckles a little bit, how you would feel about maybe a little light sparring, because, you know, we're both swordswomen, and we've not crossed blades before, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about what that could be like. You know, strictly, non-lethal. We're not fighting. We're fighting, but no, like, killing blows or anything like that.
What was your name again?
Zeno.
Hi, I'm here.
Zeno, that one hurt really.
I mean, listen, I don't know how many times you two have meaningfully interacted. Maybe
She
just doesn't
literally
know.
took me to the execution block, and she doesn't remember my name. It's that one cuts me to the. I don't think she could physically slice me harder than she just did.
Why are you shaking in anger and saying?
Oh, I
nothing?
ate too much too fast, I think.
You don't want to do that.
Right, but no, I'm good. I'll burn the carbs off. I'm Sylvia Etherhorn.
Hi.
You may remember me from almost executing me back at the Bastille.
Oh. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Sure. But hey, if you don't want to spar, that's fine too.
No,
I would.
I'd love to spar. That's what I'm all about.
Okay. How about right now?
Right now? Okay. Sylvia, make a dex saving throw.
Oh God, we're not gonna leave the fucking dining room
No.
or something. Oh my fucking God! Natural 20 plus 5, 25.
Sylvia, in an instant, she dives downward, sweeps the legs out from under your chair, attempting to trip you out of it, and you just catch yourself. She is like holding her blade as if she's about to unsheath it, then she looks down at you, having caught yourself, and she goes, "Your reflexes are fast, Sylvia."
Holy shit, they are.
You've been at this for a while, huh?
Fucking hell, I kind of have, haven't I?
That's really what most of this is. It's practice, right? You're Fae. You're gonna live for a long time. You're just gonna get better and better.
I like the sound of that. And then I try to, you know how people are like when they're on their back and they try to like kick their legs up to get on their feet. I'm gonna do that in the like diagonal position I'm in the chair, and try to like hop out of it and kick her.
Cool. Give me acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Which one is? Oh, definitely acrobatics. 13 plus 9, 22. Is that what that is?
Okay. Not only are you able to jump out, but she does kind of have to like cross her arms over her chest to avoid getting like a full fronted satyr kick from you. She does kind of like tank it, but she slides back a few inches.
Okay. Oh, this is feeling pretty fucking good. Do you want to like?
She walks over to the airlock. You want to take this outside?
Sure.
Wait.
Did she just fucking run?
She hesitates and then she's like, "We can't take this outside."
Oh, and you know what? That's on me because I should have because we don't.
I almost
can't, like
yeah. that's
breathe
okay.
out there. Why? I should know better than that. Okay, there's a train. Is there a training room somewhere? Do we have a train? Who's around? Is someone around who knows the fucking? Is there a training room?
Sure,
there?
there's a training room. There's a big
Okay,
empty room
cool.
that can be used for training. You take Ishtar to the training room that was most likely used by Diya's uncle before, because you do see a bunch of training swords, and you do see little pictures, photographs of it looks like the Morningstar and Moonchaser families just around the place, and you do see a baby Diya holding
Oh,
a
baby
little
Diya.
tiny sword in a picture.
Well, that's cute. All right, so do you want to use some of these training swords, or?
Now let's do it.
Okay.
Twirls it around very casually.
Will these be just ability checks, or will I need
Just
to
treat this as a regular sword. You're just not dealing damage to each other.
Okay, cool. So wait, so then what do I add to the attack roll then? If anything.
Proficiency plus dex, whatever that
Proficiency
little,
plus dex.
that little plus that's next to your swords.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Mhm.
I will take 2 of them. I'm assuming she's only gonna grab one because she only uses one, but I'll
Yep.
take 2 since I normally use 2.
She only grabs one, and a little duel happens between the two of you. Roll initiative, please.
Okay. 16.
Okay. It seems like she's just kind of busy. Oh, that's not fun music. Hang on. She kind of like twirls her sword around very casually. Ooh, let's do this one. She twirls her sword around very casually, and you may attack first.
Okay. Excuse me. Let me see here. 18.
18 just hits her.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay. And
Describe
that's-
what happens once it happens.
I think I will. Are the swords like what kind of swords are the training swords? Like, can they be katanas, or are they just like scimitars,
There's all kinds.
fencing swords? Okay, I will have hopefully picked up some katanas then, and I'm just going to try to fake right, and then kind of like roundhouse, but not like kick, but just like spin to my left and make like a downward arcing slash over the top of her.
Awesome, sick. Yeah, with that, you just barely do so. You narrowly are able to beat her guard and whack her in the shoulder as you go around her.
Oh, okay, all right. This is good. Don't go easy on me now either.
I won't. Are those all your attacks?
Oh, I do have a sec. Oh, okay, yeah. So I can do a second attack. Okay.
You
then I'll
can
a
do
second.
3 attacks.
Oh, that's true. I can. That's cocked.
Yeah, just roll your d20s and we'll just see if they hit or not.
Okay, 19.
Yep.
And this one probably won't. This is 17.
The 19 hits, but on the last one, she is able to meet your 2 swords with her 1. You notice that her sword stances are very much hit a form that is meant to sheath and unsheath the sword. Like, she blocks it like this, as if she is holding a sword by the scabbard.
Okay.
And then she says, "My turn," and she starts attacking.
Oh boy.
22, natural
yes.
20, 23, and 20.
Did you say natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh my goodness, wait, hold on. Have I not shared sound this whole time? Let's do it now. Get ready for music. Sorry about that, everybody.
Oh, juicy. There it is.
There it is. No, oh my goodness. Yeah, there's been music this whole time for me, but not for you all. So sad. Ishtar, in very swift motions, catching your blades like this. Oh, Timmy's been here? Oh, okay, so Stream's been hearing it, Zoom has not. I see. So, catching your swords like this, first she pushes you back, kicks you, and then whirls around you and just kind of very rapidly hit while she twirls around you. You are whapped in the back several times by the sword, and then she just resumes a fighting stance again.
Oh, that's smart. That's
And,
good. Okay.
So
Alright.
let's just say once you get to 5 hits, you're down.
Oh, after you got 3. Okay.
Okay, fine. 6 hits, you're down.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair because I did get 2, so she's not that far ahead. Okay, 6 hits in the end wins. Got it. Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll just roll 3. That mean damage. Okay.
Her AC is 18.
Those are all gonna hit 17, 18, and 13 on the die plus 11.
Nice.
I would like to kind of just, after taking those shots in the back, I want to try to just straight up backflip over her and then go for like a scissor strike at her legs.
Sick.
And then drop one of the swords, twist over, catch it with the other hand, so I'm holding them both, and then like corkscrew myself and then swipe at her like shoulder.
It is so. You are able to bam, 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 hit her a bunch of times. You've successfully hit her 5 times, which would have been enough if you did not goad me into making it 6.
I don't know if I goaded you.
You slam all of your attacks into her. She kind of pauses and she goes, right. No, she takes a different fighting stance.
Oh,
That
god damn
is
it.
I think those both miss. Natural 1 and 13.
Oh, those do
You could
miss.
feasibly win. She has a plus 10 to hit. 24 and 25.
Okay.
You see her hit this different
Wait, we're both
fighting
at 5
stance,
then.
and she goes from these precise sword strikes before returning it to where an imaginary sheath would be, to these wild spins. And the first 2 you are able to dodge backwards pretty easily from, and then you realize that was kind of the goal the whole time. As she, for the last one, just thrusts in a blind spot into your abdomen, and then whips the sword upwards to smack you in the bottom of the chin.
Oh Jesus. Oh fuck. So then we're both at 5 now? Because she had 3
You're at
before.
6. She had 4 before.
She had 4? She hit
has
me 4
attacks
times?
per round.
I thought she only hit me 3 times. Fuck.
She twirls the wooden sword around and says, "Good job, Sylvie Etherhorn."
I almost had you. Almost fucking. That's good though. That's good. I reach out my hand to like shake hers.
She grabs it. Doesn't shake, but she just kind of like grabs it. You're kind of getting the vibe she's not like as much malicious or rude as just like a real savant when it comes to sword stuff.
Seems that way, yeah.
But she grabs her hand and goes, "You're good. You're gonna have a lot of potential. So don't die out there."
You know, I will try not to. Maybe don't kill me. What about that? You think about it, you know, actually, if you think about it, I know you're with the Navy and whatnot, and we're pirates. Oh no, it's like illegal to do
I used to be a pirate
pillaging
too.
and
I
stuff.
don't care very much about pirates versus navy.
You used to be a pirate?
Yeah,
Wait, what? Really?
yeah.
How long ago was this?
100 years?
What? Crew? Were you like the captain of your own crew, or were you
I was the
on?
captain. Yeah.
Wow. What was the name of your crew?
We were the very silly name, but I named us when we were young. We were just the Ocean Stars.
Ocean Stars. That's got a nice ring to
There were
it.
a lot of sea stars back where I came from, but thought it would be a little silly to name us after that directly.
I mean, it's better than fucking. I've grown to like it, but the ferret
Fairy
friends, come on.
Oh, ferret friends. Right.
It's ferret. The ship got fucked up when we were in the astral leviathan, as it were.
Yeah. No, I understand. Piracy is a weird game. Used to spend every year hunting down krakens and attending wild expos. Met all sorts of weird people. I met a centaur who really wanted to be a bard. I met a woman with some connection to a sea witch, and this weird kid who just could not control the volume of his voice. All sorts of weirdos. And now...
What made you decide not to be a pirate anymore?
Raphael beat me, fair and square. He made a deal. He could get the sword out of my hands, I'd join him. And he did.
He is a quick little bugger, isn't he?
Wasn't so much about quick. He's clever.
Yeah, I guess so. He did pull the... Well, he pulled the wool over Diya and Hedzen's eyes. I think me and Elanor kind of saw through his bullshit pretty early on.
I mean, you and Elanor just seem to be much more jaded people in general.
Okay, well, fucking ouch. You've already beat my ass with your swords. You don't have to do it with your words, too.
Was that not...
I know, I'm
observation?
I'm fucking with you. I can't lie. I am pretty jaded. I've tried to be better about it now, you know. It's not exactly my favorite part of my personality. It has sufficiently held me back, I think, in the past. But I don't know. I think, and I don't know how you feel about it, because I guess now that I see that you didn't actually elect to be in the Navy, I don't really think all pirates are bad. You know, I'm not running around trying to pillage the towns of these, innocent people. I just want to go on adventures, find some treasure that's it's buried here or in a secret place there. It's not in, someone's fucking vault. We're not stealing per se, right? But
in a world like ours, where the Navy controls the seas, everyone who's not with them is a pirate. I know that not all pirates are bad.
you're all right, Ishtar. I can't believe I'm saying this, actually. But I kind of look forward to not crossing swords with bloodlust, but potentially working together to take out a common enemy. And despite what Diya may feel like for Zaxxery, what all of us may feel like for, Hope, I don't particularly have any ill will towards you. At least not as much as him. Your circumstances do seem a bit different, and I'm a relatively insightful person, and you don't really seem cut from the same cloth as him. He's a bit more cunning in a pretty diabolical way.
If
So I don't. Once this is all over, I mean, if you have to come after us, you do, and then maybe we do have to cross swords in a way that has a little bit of bloodlust involved. But I don't want to have to get in the weeds about that. I'd rather, have a friendly contest like we had here. But that said, he is the one who made you decide to join the Marines, and I'm sure you're probably going to follow what he says. So no hard feelings if things do get bad. Because as much as I'm okay with you right now, I can't let anything happen to my crew. You get that, right?
the way that Poe got me to give my sword to him is that he threatened to kill my first mate. And if I didn't give him the sword, he would pull the trigger. He's the last person to have beaten me. And I hope that you will be the next. And she leaves.
I just say in my head to Zeno, well, that was fucking heavy. By the light of the fucking moon.
These people have so much damage, Sylvia, not like you and me.
Okay, even I know that's bullshit.
I was trying to be nice.
I appreciate it.
Before we go to break, we'll just do Elanor and her mom's moment. These are all happening simultaneously. Elanor, what are you and your mom chatting about?
I don't know. Mom pulled me aside.
Elanor, what were we talking about again?
Incredible.
Mother, I just thought I did something good for the team, and then they all just took it away. I worked so hard, and I was just trying to protect them, and no. They're like, pfft, made a beautiful breakfast. I've never made food before, Mother. And look at least Sylvia ate a third of the pancakes, which was, actually kind of scary. But
Elanor, you and me are the same, baby. Like, the amount of times that I have tried to do cool stuff for your dad back when we were together, and then he would just kind of be like, it's not appropriate for the realm. I feel you. I do, 100%. Why are you making that face?
and just thinking of you and Dad together still, it freaks me out.
Don't worry. It's been a while. You know that.
I do know that, but yeah. Ugh. Sometimes I just feel like I don't belong here.
What?
Yes. I feel like I don't belong here. Maybe I shouldn't have ever gone on this mission. Maybe I should have just stayed with you, and then I would have, made a decision between my two powers, and maybe the realm would be better. Maybe I, for some reason, am the problem of all of this, and they would have already defeated everyone.
You think you would have done better in a place where everything was hot and everything was cold, and the whole dichotomy of it all was the thing that kept it moving?
Yeah, I mean, the
would
way you
have
do.
been better being like stuck into a box.
I mean, maybe I wouldn't have known all this, and I could have just stayed naive and, not know that the universe might be ending, and then maybe it wouldn't end because I wouldn't be there to hold everyone back.
Elanor, listen to me. If you think that you're holding them back, I think that you very much have another thing coming. Look, I know that it's easy to be hard on yourself. I know that when I feel sad, I kind of just make it go out. I make it out, and I don't let any of it in. If it goes in, I get sad. I make it go out.
Yeah, I've caught on to that, Mother.
I gotta go.
Yep, you go, bah!
And that's helpful for me. I don't know. Like, listen, I'm not so good at that advice thing. But I do know that you're not useless because you're my kid. And I'm not useless, and you're not useless. I don't
Well,
know
you're
why it has to be so complicated.
useless.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you are the Ember Queen, Mother. I'm just the mere weird mixed child who can't control their powers super well. Sometimes I sleep, and sometimes I'm different. Sometimes I sleep, and I'm not different. You just never really know.
You don't think every single one of those kids that you call friends is different?
Well, I guess if you put it that way. Diya is missing his hand now. He's radically quite different from when I first met him.
He's also got a glowing ball of the sun inside of him.
And that one too. And Hedzin used to be called Hedrover, and now it's Hedzin.
Because he's two people, I guess.
A second person that also talks to me. Wait, has he ever been in your brain, Mother?
Oh, yeah.
How often has Xeno been in your brain?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Sylvia!
Oh!
And then, of course, Sylvia, like, the whole fate of the universe kind of rests on her shoulders with this, this sword. So you are right. You are right.
Yeah, and listen, I've lived a long time. I've seen all sorts of great heroes, great villains come and go, and a lot of the time they are those weird people. It's the people who can envision a different world, the people who don't feel like chained to the way things always are. So I say, make those decisions. Make those plans. Go back, and then just let it all out,
Yeah, I was just going back.
Ah!
Ah! Ah!
Elanor, as you start shouting, more and more bursts of fire just start flickering off of yourself.
Ah! Ooh! Ooh! Oh, I like going back.
Yeah. She kind of cocks her head to the side. Elanor, there's a blue that starts to creep up your face.
Oh, am I getting cold? Do I feel cold to you, Mother? I feel a little chill on my face, but also this side of my face is really hot. What is happening?
Elanor, she kind of directs you to the little hand mirror that she keeps in the room, and you can see that you're kind of half cold, half hot right now.
Oh, I'm like a little hot, cold, and icy hot pack. Oh, but this is quite the look.
How did you... Elanor, your dad and I have tried... I mean, back when we weren't that great parents, I'm not gonna lie. Tried all sorts of things to, I don't know. What happens if you... What do you think's going on with you? I don't think I have the wherewithal to understand it myself.
Well, I was kind of hoping you would understand, but obviously none of us know what's really going on with me.
Elanor, why don't you make an insight check? You can have
An insight check, absolutely.
advantage for this. Why not?
Dun, 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 ba-da. 19.
Wow.
Oh, we're 14 plus 5, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Elanor, you think back to what it feels like to wake up every day and feel like you're a different person. And for you, that's so drastic because it completely changes your mood, it changes your magic, it changes everything. And when you've talked to your friends about it, the go-to response, as with most people, when you're sad, is they try to make you happy. They try to cheer you up. They try to give you those moments of friendship and love and excitement, and it's never worked. But you know yourself better than anybody else. And when you're feeling an emotion, sometimes you just have to ride it out. Sometimes you just have to let it go all the way to its natural point rather than letting it change. When you're crying, you need to finish crying. And you kind of just feel like something inside of you has changed. Ever since you first met them on that beach in the Feywild a long time ago. And that maybe you've come farther than you've realized. Addie, Elanor has gained the ability to switch between her character sheets at will.
Oh,
bitches!
Fuck!
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking crazy.
And you couldn't have done it without me.
Yes, Mother.
You want to?
Thank you.
You want to smoke or what?
Mother, we have to wait until we get there. I promised Diya. I promised him.
All right.
I mean, is it already lit?
I mean, yeah. You wanna,
Okay, one puff, Mother. One puff.
Can't waste a good doobie.
An alarm starts. A smoke alarm starts going off in the ship,
Oh, gosh, darn it!
and that's
Here
when
comes
they-
running with the smoke. Comes running
yeah.
in with the fire extinguisher. Where's the fire? Oh, god damn it, Eleanor! No, what did I say?
Is that all you noticed? Do you not see my flushed, cold cheek and my very hot, warm cheek? You don't see any sort of other difference, Diya?
I'm more concerned about the ship blowing up.
Why
Alright,
did you
Mother.
just smoke like an old?
I don't know if this is possible, but I use my frosty hand, or I don't know, a little just a little pinch. I'll pinch it
Sure,
out, pinch it out.
absolutely.
Diya, I will say I promised her. I told her we should wait, but she already lit it, so I just had one little puff, and now she's having multiple puffs, but now no more puffs. Got it, Mom?
No more puffs. Got it.
Thank you.
Theo walks away, just rubbing his forehead. Tin can, little space, high oxygen content, open flame, kaboom. They just don't get it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's basic. It's fine. It's fine. It's a magical ship. We'll be fine.
And
And this is as he's walking down the hallway. You see the ferret kind of put its hands on its hips, looks at the two of you, go, walks away.
amazing.
Well, either way, thank you, Mother. I will try to find even more peace within myself and just go, bah!
Yeah, bah,
Bah!
bah,
Bah!
bah.
Cut away of just.
Yeah. And we'll cut to break.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What a
big
weird
bada
show.
boom! Absolutely.
What a weird
That's
session. I'm having a great
crazy.
time. Be back in 5, everybody. We're back? I think we're back. Wow. The journey on the ship continues towards the Nexus. Even with the upgrades that Liren gave the ship, this is not a instant journey. You've got some time to spend with these people. And just because we've had a good bit of time with a few of you, I want to turn it over to Diya first. Diya, are you doing anything in the interim?
Dia's biggest concern is Liren messing with the ship.
Mhm.
So he's not physically spying on Liren, but he's keeping an eye internally through the systems
Mm-hmm.
to monitor Liren's actions.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
She's definitely the least active of your
Yeah.
new guests.
Dia's at a weird headspace right now because he's got the two people he hates most in the world on his ship, but he has to work with them, and it's this bizarre dichotomy of taking the responsibilities of saving the universe versus his own prejudices, and it's something Diya hasn't really had to deal with before, and he's not sure how to handle it. So I think for the most part he's just kind of throwing himself into his work, throwing himself into the ship, trying to find some balance in his own mind.
Okay. All right. So you spend a good amount of time finding external stimuli to keep yourself busy with, so that you don't have to think about the fact that people you would normally be crossing blades with, be threatening the lives of, be threatened by, are like walking around in bathrobes and like drinking coffee and like sitting down at the table with you, giving you weird little 2-finger salutes when you pass each other in the hallway.
Yep. That's the one.
But you do not notice additional action being taken from Liren. It seems like whatever she has done has been attempted. I think maybe one day she walks up to the console as you're working at it and says, "What are you doing?"
Well, I recalibrating this sensor module here was a bit off from this morning, so just ship maintenance. What do you want, man?
I just wanted to make sure that the upgrades I made were to your liking.
They are admittedly acceptable.
What do you think the end point of this is?
The end point of what? This particular mission of saving the
This
universe?
particular partnership.
Oh, this partnership. We will most likely defeat the enemy, because that is what we do. We are the heroes. As for us, well, that will be decided once we return to our world.
And you think you're going to win because you're on the side of what you believe in? You're not afraid that the other side might have a bigger gun?
No. I don't believe that we'll win because of my beliefs. I believe that we will win because of the people I'm with. That is something that Zaxry have very well taught me. I am not as powerful, I'm not as smart as I think I am. But more than anything, that is made up in spades by my friends. And I believe in those people more than anything else. And I honestly feel sorry for you, because what you do with your work has isolated you in such a way that you don't even know what that means anymore. And you've lost your humanity.
When I had friends, I was poor and starving. Many of them died. When I learned how to use my powers and make them useful to the people who would utilize them correctly, I lived better than I ever had. And I did have friends. Azalen was one of them. But he seems much more interested in being your little dog now.
I've seen the way he looks at you. He never stopped caring for you. In fact, I would argue the choices he has made have been because he cares for you. Friends don't let friends do what you've tried to do. Think about that. Diya walks off.
On your way out, just give me a persuasion.
All right. Ugh. This is a flat roll, boys and girls. Let's see what happens here. It's only an 11.
Okay. Diya, you exit, knowing that with your internal monitors, you are able to keep an eye on her and an eye on what would happen with the console. Seems like she's leaving it alone right now.
The last thing I will say is, with in mind what she did to our radar, I am going to say I'm keeping an active eye on the radar to see what she was trying to hide or what is out there, if anything.
Noted. Very much noted. All right. You still have time. I think days go by. Kind of coming up on a week. You have to go quite far. There's all sorts of occurrences within the ship. For the most part, the Navy crew keeps to themselves. If there's anything else that any of you all would like to do, now is the time to speak up, because it's going to be go, go, go once we hit a certain point.
Can I? Oh my god.
Too many pancakes.
Too many pancakes. Speaking of pancakes, can I find Elanor?
Yeah.
Can I? Well, just not gonna anything. Can I take a short rest while?
Days have passed. You've already lost.
Oh,
This
okay.
guy wasn't.
Yeah.
I beat the shit out of myself,
A
and then I was
short
like, I feel like I'm
rest.
not really ready for the going.
You took
down.
like 40 damage, huh? You got hit pretty fucking
It
hard.
was like 25.
I took 26
Oh, okay.
damage. Yeah.
Oh, I was
That's still a
close.
lot. But you learned something.
I thought I would learn something from this.
Sylvia, you find Elanor, who... Elanor, how are you walking around the ship with your new switch back and forthness?
You'll just like hear Elanor going down the hallway and going bah, and like fire will like go by like your door,
What the fuck?
and then you'll hear her go bah, and then like ice goes like searing
Still
on the
bad,
flame.
but lowercase?
Yeah, it's just bad but lowercase.
I'm probably just flipping through something and see that, and I'm just like, what the?
And then just
Hello?
sometimes hearing her cackling of laughter, and then sometimes she just disappears. She's just stealthy. One moment, the next.
Do we have a ghost? Hello?
Yes? Oh, no, I don't think you're talking about me. Goodbye, Sylvia.
No, goodbye. Yeah, I'm sorry. Elanor?
Oh! I just
Holy-
like pop up from like the ceiling.
Okay. Oh.
Ah!
Hi there. That was. What are you? How are you hanging from the ceiling right now?
Oh, I'm just switching from back and forth. Watch, watch, watch. Now I'll go back to summer.
And she drops and flames just come out of her.
Okay,
Ah.
the fire. I think that's. I don't know how all of this shit works, but I think that's the stuff Diya was like, don't do that. That's a little.
Oh, these are controlled by me, though. I don't have control over a cigarette.
What if there's like a? Wait, no, you do. You can. Never mind. Does she still have like the? Are there like is there a feature change when she switches, or does she just permanently have the like blue spot, or does she like fully
up to
change
Addie.
blue when she does it? Yeah, how do you look when you change?
So I think it's just like a very small change. It's like when she's in, like she's kind of now like a little bit more of like, not like literally down the line half and half, but like she's got her orange hair that has like blue highlights, like under blue. She's a little bit paler, but then when she does switch, it's just like a smaller difference. Like her cheeks get a lot more rosy, and then when she switches over to winter, she's like a little bit more pale. It's just it's a lot more subtle in those ways.
I think like over the course of you doing these like feats, once she's like, okay, I'm not in mortal danger, even though my immune system's probably going crazy from fire, and then we're all getting colds now. She just like kind of like takes a second, because I don't think she noticed this change in you yet, and is just like, What? Are you? This is. Wait a minute. This is new. How? What's? You're
Well,
like.
I had a pretty big talk with my mother,
Oh.
and we talked about you guys. And I don't know. We're all messed up. And that's what I was being too hard on myself, being like, I'm the most messed up. But, like, we're all special and weird and messed up in our own ways, and slowly coming to terms with that has kind of helped.
That's good. I'm glad. You know. I mean. Wow. Yeah, we are all.
We're all pretty messed up, you know? We've all, we really, if you really think about it, we have a lot that we're going through.
That makes a lot of sense. I've tried to think, you know, less about it and more like, oh, but it's like a cool, fun, I can like chop people up kind of messed up, right? It's probably still a little unhealthy, but the Fae, our therapy is not the same as those other silly like humans and fucking whatever else.
You just gotta go bah instead.
Like a sheep?
No, like bah!
And then fire goes out of her hands.
Okay. Whoa. All right. Is that
And when
like
I
a?
say that, I mean more just take ownership of your decisions. Like, don't question yourself. You know in your heart what you want to do, and do it. I mean, you know, with a certain, you know, you gotta have checks and balances as well.
Checks and balances. Okay. The bah!
Oh, I mean, your bah doesn't have to be the same as my bah.
Oh, sure.
Literal.
Right. No, yeah, it suits you more. She's like blushing. It suits you more. It's your thing.
Your bah's like, phew.
Okay. I like that. It's like a swoosh. That's kind of cool. I do some magic, you know, not like a lot. Speaking, did you see the thing that I did to the mech before they mortally wounded me a couple days ago? The like moonbeam thing. How like the fucking the domain expansion is getting like cool. It was like a fucking whale, and it like turned into a moon, and then it like I mean, he didn't take any damage. He just sort of like stepped out of it.
But you made a decision, and it was cool, and you felt awesome about it.
I did feel awesome, and then was immediately in a lot of pain because those things, they fucking hurt. We gotta get Diya one of those things, honestly.
Oh, Diya, and the ferret, and the ferret.
Oh, you know what? Now the parallels.
It's pretty cute, but
a
full
big one? That could be pretty cool.
Maybe for their birthdays.
When are those again?
I don't know.
When are any of our birthdays? Do we know?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, that tracks.
Yes,
yeah.
astrology is real now.
The amount of things we've made canon in this universe.
I'm just gonna say, when you're making a fantasy universe, it is so annoying to make a calendar, because, like, your players aren't gonna learn it.
Yeah.
I kind of like how Game of Thrones was just, like, the calendars are the seasons, and they just all last 90 days.
I was just thinking astrology would maybe be safe because it's based on the stars, where pirates were in the stars. But I understand. I understand. We can make up our own astrology.
Yeah. I'm a Zulia.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Gemini.
Oh, okay. That tracks. I'd have to ask my mom or like granny what my like fucking birth certificate says. Anyway, I'm glad you know. There's a like an aura about you now. There always is one, but this one feels more, I don't know.
Settled.
Well.
In a good way, like settled down, grounded in a way. You know, am I really ever that
Sure,
grounded?
yeah, grounded. What really is being grounded? But I also too just want to say, you know, I did originally start eating a lot of the the burnt pancakes because I didn't want to speak. You know, I wanted to kind of let the other two take the brunt of your ire as far as the whole giving back the weapons thing. But turns out, I think I really like burnt pancakes. I don't know that there's that extra like salty, savory flavor. It's actually quite good.
Oh, I mean, if you ever want more, they're my new specialty, and my only specialty, but my new specialty.
I'll keep that in mind, Elanor. Thank you. I'm gonna fucking whoosh, I guess.
Stay true to your heart, Sylvia. All of us should remember that. Which it's harder, I mean, it's easy to say, but hard to do. I mean, I'm not perfect. I just somehow am a little bit better, but we just have to trust our gut, trust our heart, and trust in each other. That is the biggest thing. And, you know, it was painful when my plan was kind of undermined by everyone being like, you're wrong, this was dumb. But I did it, and I would have regretted not doing it. That's my point.
It was a good plan, you know. In a perfect world, we wouldn't
mean-
even have to worry about taking their weapons in the first place because they wouldn't be trying to kill us or here in the first place. But, you know.
I
I
mean,
don't
remember when we burned down that bar? Maybe we shouldn't have done that, but it was a great time. I don't regret it.
Shouldn't have. It was really funny.
Exactly! I mean, I'm only saying that we shouldn't have because it seemed like Hedson and Diya were like, what? And we were like, what?
Yeah, but it's also like a fucking big, crazy hellmouth island. I feel like that's on brand for a fucking bar to get exploded, right?
Yeah, that's what they expect. They shouldn't make it out of wood and hay. They should make it out of brick.
I
What?
think you could-
Brick can't catch on fire, can it? I've never tried. I just thought it couldn't.
I mean, it probably can still like explode though. It was like dragons.
That's
that
true.
you
So
gave me.
typically,
It's not like a
even brick
regular
buildings
fire.
often do feature a good amount of wood, at which point the brick might not be able to help insulate it. Usually it's when you start building buildings out of cast iron that you start getting things much more fire safe. The cost is that it's much more brittle, and usually 3-story buildings are about as much as cast iron can take in the average city block.
Oh, thanks so much. You know, I didn't realize you were here, and now I'm realizing that every conversation we have, you are just in
I mean,
the
it
wings
depends
for.
if I'm not talking to anybody else.
That's
So-
fair.
so-
Okay. Actually.
So, Zeno, can you truly only be in one of our brains at one time?
And yes, right now I'm speaking out loud because Sylvia's with us, so we're having a three-way
I
conversation.
mean, it's a little bit ambiguous, but more or less.
Okay.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. Get
I
it?
will
Haha.
also.
Haha! Elanor, you're truly the funniest.
Oh,
Whoa! Wait a
Zeno!
second.
He said that only to Eleanor.
Oh, okay.
Sylvia, I'm so
Oh.
sick of her and her puns.
Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? That's like.
Oh, Hedrover's
You know,
calling
I'm
me.
in love with her. I'm not. I enjoy her jokes.
Hedrover's calling me. Bye.
Okay, good. All right. Well,
Oh, is he gone now?
yeah, he's going to talk to
Okay.
him.
You with me now?
Yes.
Well, you know, if I when this is over and we've saved the universe, which I'm sure we will, I would love to commit arson with you again, if that's ever something
That
you're interested in.
is the most beautiful thing you've ever said to me, Sylvia. That sounds absolutely delightful.
Okay, great.
Who
I'm gonna whoosh now, and she just is like beat red and goes back into her room.
All right, goodbye, Sylvia.
She, I would like, with her newfound love of cooking, can Eleanor also try to, like, in this meantime, go try to make potions? She loves
Oh.
making things now.
God,
Not too strong.
You hold on.
potions and food
Hold
are
on.
very
Hold
different.
Hold on. Hold on. So listen, if I learned how to make an omelet and then I immediately tried to learn how to make formaldehyde, I think
Yes.
there would be a few other steps in between.
Oh, Julian, I say you let her do it and you roll a D100 to see what pops out, with a health potion being a 1.
Oh my god.
I mean, statistically.
This is Eleanor's crazy.
I know it's
very
not gonna
bad,
make
but also
anything.
Amazing day.
That's what she wants to go do. She thinks she can do it all now.
Yeah.
She is confident.
Eleanor, roll a D100 for me.
Oh.
You know, you do that for
Oh,
wild
boy.
magic. It's not anything that you have any
boy.
particular.
Oh, okay. Is it gonna be wild magic for everything ish now? Like, how are we gonna, when I'm switching? How's that?
Only in summer form.
Okay, cool.
Where is it at 100? How do I do a 100?
it's
There
on
it
it.
is.
Roll for everyone to see. What do
Oh
I
yeah,
make?
please.
Oh my god.
What's it gonna be? I'm gonna guess like 86.
11.
That's not quite 100.
Eleanor, whatever you make, it just smells really bad. Probably shouldn't be drinking it.
I like to imagine she just found like dust and like a couple of leaves and maybe like took someone's hair and was like, nah, this
Whose
works.
hair?
Ew,
What?
someone's hair.
Zachary's hair.
You're not taking my hair without my consent.
I sneak in.
No, dude.
Hedson, it's been a sec since we've checked in with you. What are you up to? If you're up to anything.
What am I up to? I'm still trying to like. Everyone's on a journey of self-discovery at the moment. Heather is trying his best to glean some like something meaningful from Zachary on how to be a more cutthroat fighter like he is.
Listen, Hedson, we can talk all day. I think I'm someone who talks with actions. Let's play a game of chess.
Yes, absolutely. Let's do it.
Cool. Black or white?
White.
Oh, you want to go first?
Always.
See, the fun thing about picking the ability to go first in chess is that doesn't mean the other player isn't playing the game. It just means they get to respond to what you do first. You're more or less making a random move. Hopefully you have some type of plan behind it down the line. I will act based off of you. Lead the way, my friend.
I'm gonna move the leftmost pawn up 2.
What the fuck? You know,
Oh my god.
hold on.
Roll
Wait,
initiative.
wait, hold on. No. Rules of chess. Control the middle. Castle your king. Get everything out of the back row other than the rooks. Try again.
Okay.
Think about it like this. If you're about to get really fucked up by a pirate ship, right? You want more pirate ships in the center to try and blast at the other ones. You control the middle, you control the game. It's king of the hill.
I move the center pawn
Now we're
up
talking.
2.
Now we are talking, baby. That's what I'm talking about. What do you want from me, Hedrover?
I don't know. I feel like you're the first real legitimate obstacle I've ever come across.
Ever since your divine revelation and becoming the super whatever that you are?
The King of Dellapi, yeah.
Yeah, right, the king.
Yeah, once in future. But who's counting? But yeah.
I'm flattered, for one, that you would consider me an obstacle. I'm not like Ishtar. I'm not gonna challenge you to spar, anything like that. That's not what I do. I'm always playing the game. Where do you think you're at right now?
In the game?
In the greater game of it all.
That's the thing. This is the first time I'm like part of something bigger than myself. So right now I feel like a small piece in the game.
Not thinking about the next step? Not thinking about what the other team might have planned for you? I'd recommend doing so. Do you know where my gun is at all times?
Doesn't Elanor have it?
No, she gave it back, remember?
Shit. I don't really think that far ahead. I'm kind of like thinking in the moment.
And
Like everything changes so quickly.
And that works to some extent. But you gotta be able to adapt. because the world changes very quickly. I've lived a long time. I've seen a lot of different worlds, a lot of different kingdoms rise and fall, and some of them were because of me. Pretty proud of a few of them. So, when you're across from somebody who has a lot of experience capturing kings, I think you, of all people, should always have a plan.
So I should move the other pawn?
I mean, back up the one in the center. But, you know, yeah, more or less. We're not going to roleplay a whole chess game, don't worry.
Are you sure? I had at least 28 other moves planned.
Why don't you just roll an insight check for me?
This guy
That's
rolled
it.
another
Yeah.
medicine check.
29. Oh, it's a nat 20.
God damn.
I did not realize that. The nat 20 plus 9.
What the fuck? What the fuck, everybody?
Holy.
I think everybody's rolled an at 20 this episode.
I think so. Yeah.
it's-
I was like, 29 is pretty good considering I have 9. And I was like, wait a minute.
And it's like all on the fucking, like, what's their plan?
Role plays how you win games, kids.
Heads in. Looking at this person across from you, you think about what he said to Diya about how he wants a fair game. And that's why, once all of this is over, go back to Terra, go back to Gran and Insulae, have your proper match. He's just said to you the game is already happening. He's just said to you that he is always in the game. And you don't think he was lying. And I'll leave it at that.
Concerned.
What was your friend's name? Charlotte?
Right.
Just checking. I always have trouble with names.
Something I've come to find when you're playing a game with someone more intelligent than you, and then I pick up his king piece and then like bite off the head of it.
Whoa, what?
Never play fair, and I flick it back behind me and I leave the room.
That was my only fucking board, you jackass!
Suck it, dickhead. That's for the amulet.
Full circle.
Fucking dickhead.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Anything?
Dude,
20
nothing. No,
we had
I
20
sued
episodes for that line.
as soon as the fucking door closed, I'm like, hell yeah, that is ass.
You do a little jump and you stay in the air.
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
second.
Oh my
Don't
god,
you
a freeze frame.
forget about me.
Time continues to pass. You continue to approach this asteroid cluster and the galactic crossroads. Last chance to do things. Yes.
Cool. Diya. Oh, we're just gonna make this a scene. Diya is down at the core of the ship. And this is going to be kind of a nod to when he was back at the castle, or not the castle, but Sylvia's family's mansion. And he had that moment where he was in the rain and he was almost shadowboxing with a previous version of himself.
Mhm.
But now Diya is going through those motions again, but looking inside and focusing on the heart of the Ifriti. And he knows that it is this tremendous untapped source of power that's used to do so many things and can be used for so much good and so much bad. And he is taking the time to look within himself and to further make a connection with this power that is within him.
Give me Arcana.
$18 is a low roll.
You follow through with the motions that even after your hand was removed, even after you're not quite as adept with your swordplay, you are still able to follow some of the blade singer motions that you once had, even though your fighting style has now changed so greatly. It's almost meditative what you're trying to do right now, focusing on this energy within yourself, the heart of this creature. And as you take an inhale, you, in your mind's eye, just imagine yourself standing on top of the sun, standing on top of a star, and it doesn't burn or hurt. And standing opposite you, back turned, is this red-skinned individual, maybe 10 feet tall. And they just turn around and their eyes are glowing golden. And they say, "You take care of other people. That's how I knew you would be the one to keep me safe." I could feel it.
I've had friends before, but not like these, and I've always dreamt of being heroic and saving people, but only through what I've been through do I understand what that actually means. It's not about trying to be heroic. It's about trying to make the right decision. And I don't always make the right decisions, but I try, and with my friends, I believe together we can. And like you just said, I'm going to protect them with everything I am. This heart or no.
You were never a sword, dear MorningStar. You are a shield. And shields are strongest when others are supporting them. You may be on the front lines. Do not forget who is behind you. And do not forget that if you crack, so do the others. The Ifriti Volan in this strange ethereal space walks across this surface of a star in the galaxy to you, kneels down to you. I have died, and I am dead. My power lives within you, because you proved worthy of it. Do not let it go to waste. He touches a hand to where your heart is, and it glows. You shake back to reality, holding your sword out in front of you, one hand unconsciously on your chest. You've gained the ability once per day to cast the spell Fire Shield.
Oh, what?
What the fuck is Fire Shield?
It's a good one. Anything else?
Let's go.
Alright. Seems like
So badass.
we are just about ready to hit the last leg of our journey. You all spend the rest of your days on the ship preparing yourselves mentally, however much you might. Sylvia Ishtar often offers to spar with you,
Oh, hell yeah.
and you get the vibe that even though she is kind of going through the motions with a lot of this, you are able to put up a good amount of resistance. And this person who supposedly has not lost a sword fight since before people can remember, if you're starting to make her sweat a little bit, you're starting to feel like you've come pretty far too.
Swoosh!
Swoosh indeed. Heads in. Pope just acts as if nothing happened between the two of you throughout the ship, but he doesn't offer to play chess with you anymore.
Oh man! Both that connection.
Yeah, now you can't persuade him to, you know. What?
Well, what do you mean? I don't know.
Diya, with what you said to Liren, she still has this hard exterior, but you notice that when Azalin sits across the table from her at mealtime, she doesn't do what she used to do, which is get up and walk away back to her room. They don't talk, but there is a change. And Elanor, you're just having a great time. You're going all over the place.
Bah!
I mean, you know, I'm adding to my mural too.
Of course. Yeah. What are you adding to the mural, might I ask?
Oh my goodness. Well, obviously next to Sylvia, there's a swoosh.
For sure.
You
How's
see a
it
little
spelled
explosion.
exactly?
It's like SWVOOSH. Swoosh.
Swoosh. Ah, okay.
There's a little V in there. You can't
I like
forget
that.
about the V.
It's like Dutch in order.
Yep. You can see also like a huge cloud above everyone that like we do know what Xeno looks like, but now Xeno and our head's totally different. So there's just like this huge cloud with like a goofy face. Like oh!
That's me!
Yes, oh my goodness, do you like how you're like this ominous presence watching over all of us?
Couldn't have done it better myself.
Well, you can't because you don't have a physical body. But you're the best person to not have a physical body, Xeno.
Just patting her head, getting paint all over her head.
I don't know, like, that wasn't even an attempt to, like, What if I was put in the body of a robot or something, or a cool suit of armor with like a little design on the inside? Like, has there even been an attempt?
Say, Sylvia and I were talking about getting.
Am I just a phone?
Not just a phone. You're also a therapist.
I need
But
to,
also,
I need
we-
to sit on this for a sec.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I thought it was funny, and I thought you would like my
Eleanor,
joke.
can you please draw a little crown on top of the floating cloud with the goofy face?
Absolutely. That is what it's been missing, Zeno. The king residing above us all.
I'm the king. I'm the king.
You're the king. You're the king.
This
And then
man
every so
paralyzed
often-
us.
Every so often, Eleanor's like quickly hotboxing her mom's room with
Oh
her.
my god! You didn't smoke the whole campaign, and now you're a fucking stoner.
No, it's just cigarettes though. Not that it's better,
Even
but
worse.
she's not doing drugs with her or hard drugs with her mother. Just
Oh my god.
Weed's not a hard drug, Eleanor.
Yep. Yes, mother. Yes, they grow. It grows beautifully in the Feywild, but in some places it's not legal, which is so strange. It's a medicine for some people, like yourself.
You know what else grows in the Feywild? Mushroom.
Yes,
Oh.
that is true. That is one thing I'm happy that Father has taught me which mushrooms to eat for nutrition and which ones to stay away from.
So boring.
You're so right, Ember Queen. He is boring.
That's what I'm
Hudson,
saying.
when did you get in here?
Oh,
Would you like a little puff of our cigarette?
The fuck? I'm a doctor.
Oh, that is right. So you obviously would not like it, but we are elves here, so we're fine. Maybe it cuts a year or two off. That's nothing to us.
yeah.
Medicine check to see if it's valid.
Yeah, go for
Watch
it.
you roll dog shit this time after the
Jesus
228s from before.
Christ.
Still 16.
Okay, I mean, even if you're naturally live a long time when perfectly healthy, if you're not perfectly healthy anymore, it's gonna build.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh
no, you're like almost. I think a well-balanced. Those bountiful breakfasts are gonna do more for you in the long run than those ever will.
Bountiful breakfast? Do you mean more burnt pancakes?
Did someone say burnt pancakes?
Hi, Sylvia, come on in.
Deer runs to the fire extinguisher. No more open flames.
But then Eleanor switches forms because she was in winter. You didn't know, and then she has flames go off her body and goes bah.
And that's a lesson for you, dear listener. Cigarettes and open flames may be fun in the short term, but in the long run, it could be disastrous to your crew in here.
Hudson, who are you talking to?
Are you live streaming right now with your little fucking eyes?
Yeah, this whole time with you,
I was just gonna bring that up.
with your cyborg eye, there's like there's Hedrover in the side of your vision for this entire period of several weeks. In the bottom right of your eye, there's been a no Wi-Fi signal.
Fully streaming to no one.
Wanted to watch Hudson.
Oh god.
No one wanted
His
to watch
only viewer would have been Goover.
No one wanted to watch Heading Out with Hedson.
Heading out. What?
That's good.
It's a travel stream.
All right. Anything else?
God, I don't think so.
Great.
Just make cakes, that's all.
I'm gonna eat them as soon as they're. Every time she puts a fresh one down, Sylvia's just like, ah.
I evidently burnt a bridge, so I can't really do much.
As
They're so savory. I don't understand.
as you all are spending these days eating these delicious pancakes, resting, getting in some strange social encounters with your former enemies, time passes and you really notice this weird period where you cannot rush to your destination is the longest period of peace that you all have had in a long time. It's kind of just been go, go, go for all of you. and it doesn't really feel normal, given that there's, some mortal enemies on the ship with you, but there's these moments of fun. Diya, as you are messing with the radar, which to everyone else's perception is not working perfectly, you are able to pick up that you all are within a day of the asteroid cluster. But far behind you on the radar, like maybe half a day's out from you, is something big. And no one notices it other than you with your personal interface.
Big. It's just big.
Big. Moving. Keeping on your tail.
Based on our trajectory, do I know if this is something? We should be able to establish this. Since it's behind us, is it following our same path from the planet we came from, or is this coming from a different trajectory from
It is
like Gran
following
Insulae?
behind you right now. You don't know where it came from, but it has appeared behind you on the radar.
Interesting.
It's gaining.
Knowing that, can I, off by myself, can I use some of our instruments to try and like telescope, or can I try to look at it, try and find out what it is?
Give me Arcana.
Let's go. You see me and my ferret just like furiously typing at the keyboard. I will take that. That is going to be quick math, 29.
You're doing this in public?
No, I specifically said that we're doing this off to the side. If I need to make a deception or stealth check, I can.
Not needed, because you
Okay, cool.
specified.
Yeah.
Diya, as you do all these calculations, attempt to put the ship's energy towards spotting what is approaching you all from behind, and quickly, you recognize pretty unmistakably a large white ship approaching you from behind.
Similar to the style of, this is their ship that supposedly got destroyed. This is the Navy ship that supposedly got destroyed by the asteroid array.
It seems like a possibility.
Oh no.
The music, no, man.
I was wondering about that bullshit. Cool.
You hear a knock on your door. Everything okay in there, Diya? You rushed off pretty quick. Just making sure that we're not in any danger or anything.
I'm sure we're getting close to the asteroid belt now, aren't we?
I think so. I mean, hey, you're the captain. I should hope that you're the one who knows this thing.
Let's check with Lynn then to make sure that there's no immediate threat of us getting there, or if the enemy is not there before us.
Sure, I think she's in the med bay. And you hear the footsteps as Pope leaves the door.
Diya looks at the ferret. Fuck.
The ferret squeaks a reciprocal sound.
Diya's Zeno,
Hello?
Lord Zeno, you there?
Ah, always.
Did anything ever come of your attempted penetration of our friends' minds?
Oh yeah.
I was not able to do so without them noticing. The least guarded mind was Ishtar's, and she actually seems to be quite genuine. I was not able to pick up on intents of malice from her, though I wouldn't have been able to tell things like secrets. Liren told me to fuck off, and I could not figure out what to do with the Fleet Admiral's head.
That's understandable. With the Fleet Admiral didn't. I mean, you couldn't penetrate him, but he didn't take notice of you, did he?
I didn't notice if he took notice.
Fair enough. I need you. No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Would you please be so kind to tell everyone, one at a time, to come find me?
Very well. Elanor, Hedson, Sylvia. You don't hear, but he also says Ember Queen in his Aelin. Go find Diya.
Hello, Diya! I'm here. Knock 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 knock.
I'm like already grabbing the warhammer, by the way, and like knocking the door because Diya had never asked me to come over with good news.
To fast track this, since I don't want to do everyone's thing individually, I just want to do it individually so we don't draw more attention than necessary. But Diya tells everyone about the ship following them. Let's just roleplay this as a group conversation. So there's something following us, and I'm pretty sure it's the Navy's vessel. It wasn't actually destroyed.
Well then, all of you, look at me. Look at me for a moment. If I still had the weapons, we would be in a little bit more of advantage. I'm just saying. That's all.
You know,
They don't know that we know.
Okay, that's good. That's still good.
I think
But we have that for hand.
Zaxxry suspects I might know. Because
Well,
I think
then
he's in contact with the ship.
Act normal.
This is normal. Diya's like completely rigid. I'm completely and absolutely normal right now.
Oh, Malik, we lost you. We lost you verbally.
Connect your microphone.
We lost you. But in the meantime,
Diya, well, maybe
she goes over and starts to try to like massage.
you're maybe the most obvious one of us, which makes sense because you just learned about this and you've been watching and keeping this wonderful secret for all of us. But just like take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. No, let it go. Let it go.
Diya, I spoke with Raphael earlier. And if there's one thing I learned from playing chess, one, it's that I'm bad at chess, and two,
Yeah, you be quite terrible at chess, Hedson.
I'm like, I pick out like part of the plastic that was the king piece at one point.
Did you literally eat the head off?
No,
the
but
king?
like, I brushed my teeth. Oh, yeah, what is it? The queen coming? Anyway,
Hi.
My mother's here.
oh god damn it, that joke didn't land. I was like, and the other thing is that if it's one thing I got from the way he was talking to me is that he's been playing this long game for a while now.
So,
I think the two things we got to do is one, protect our king, which in this case is you. And
I'm
two,
so stupid.
there's a lot of metaphors coming your way, so buckle up. Two is we hold down our center, thus.
I'm not.
And three,
I'm not the target.
right.
It's Sylvia. He
Well,
needs
that's-
Sylvia's swords.
That brings us to our third point, which is that we can't go for the king right away. But there are two other weaklings on the ship that have low intellectual or moral fiber.
What do you recommend?
we put a lot of pressure on them, that nullify. Roth Pope is in like every winning position right now because he's been playing chess for the last another metaphor, several weeks now. But the other two do not know the game is being played. Maybe Liren is, but I think Ishtar is the weak link on this one. I think we put a lot of pressure on her, and it makes the leverage of the ship following us a lot lessened.
I don't know that we have that kind of. How much time do I think we have?
Given that you're speaking to all of them individually, I think you're starting to approach your destination.
Oh, I
I'm
think
sorry.
It was a group.
I thought it was a group.
No,
Oh.
Yeah.
no. I did talk to everyone individually,
Okay.
not to draw attention. We're just having a group
You hear me now?
conversation to fast.
Yes,
Yeah.
hello,
Oh.
Blake.
Yep.
Okay, it did pick up the computer mic. Bro, what the fuck is this bullshit?
It's
right
probably
now?
just something with the mic or the cable. We can computer mic it. For
It's so
Um,
dookie, probably though.
You're
I
good.
was more so asking how long do I think till the ship catches up with us?
Till the ship catches up with you
Mhm.
at the speed it was going. At the speed it was going, it will probably be at around the time you arrive.
What was said? Because I fully blacked out during most of that while I was
You're
trying to
good.
figure out what's happening.
They're just making a plan for what to do because it seems like the ship is a navy ship and they're trying to figure out who knows what.
Okay.
And that Ishtar might be the weak link. And,
I was thinking to myself, I should have run some inside checks, but then you're like, oh, Ishtar seems genuine. So I was like, okay, well,
That's the problem, right?
Like,
That's the weakness, right? That she has nothing to hide and everything to lose.
I have.
yeah.
I have a nuclear option. We gather all our personnel in one area of the ship and we vent the atmosphere.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
This would render Pope and Ishtar and maybe not Liren potentially unconscious or more manageable at the very least. But it would put us, if we take the initiative here, we may have a foot up. But that's the nuclear option. Do you guys think we have a better chance of flipping Ishtar?
I mean, I've spoken to her and I'm not really sure. I don't know if he has her first mate captive. She used to be a bloody pirate, and I feel like if she turns on him, that first mate might be gone, and I don't think she wants that. So I mean, she is the most flippable, but I'm not really sure how we do it. I do think all of us together could definitely take down Pope and Liren. We're all very strong, and I mean, what's that? I can count 7 against 2. It's pretty good odds.
I mean, wait, you know that Liren has someone that she cares about, right?
No, not Liren.
Or, sorry, not Liren. Sorry, I meant to say Ishtar. Has someone that she cares about.
She used to literally be a pirate captain, and the only reason she's even in the Navy is because of the fact that Pope threatened to kill her first mate if she didn't join his side, his cause.
That first mate is still alive, right?
I don't know.
We could have that leverage up on her now.
And I will say as well, I mean, I don't know Liren as well, except for a brief time together where I despised her soul because she hurt you, Diya. She's too mean to you, but she does, at least in my eyes, seem like the biggest traitor on both sides. Do you think we could flip her? Anything enticing enough to get her to join us and take down them? Yes, no?
Well, she is alone on the ship with us and Pope. Pope theoretically doesn't have communication to his. I'm assuming Pope has communication with his ship, but we have to make this decision very quickly because the ship is almost upon us. So we either flip Liren and fight Pope, or we attempt to render them all unconscious. And then we'll most likely just have to deal with Liren.
I mean, I love the idea of knocking them all unconscious, really, but besides that, I would kind of put my money on Liren because don't they know all the technology on the Navy ship? They could be helpful in that way if we could get to trust them in some certain degree.
I don't think they can ever trust you.
I think we have to go the nuclear option.
Nuclear option!
But I will say, if it comes down to it, when we're fighting, leave Ishtar to me. I'll try to get through to her while we're fighting, and then maybe we can sway her onto our side, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do so without the nuclear option.
And remember, that sheath, get rid of it.
All right.
Right.
So here's what needs to happen. Hedson, I need you to go collect all the leaf lung plants, whatever the fuck we decided to name them.
Green lung.
Green lung plants. Bring them here, and we're going to depressurize the rest of the ship to vacuum.
All right. Can I do like a stealth check on that?
Yeah.
I want to do this as quietly as possible.
Go.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Are you sure you don't want me to do a stealth check?
As she switches to blue.
I'm still casting Pass Without a Trace.
Don't worry. I think I got this one.
Can I also do it just in case?
Do you want to?
No, you
Do you want
should.
Are
You're
you
great.
to?
Go ahead.
Do you want to
So-
collab?
Let's do a cute little collab.
Okay. I don't know if this makes it more conspicuous, but yeah.
That we're both sneaking like idiots. How much is passed out trace? What did that give?
Plus
Plus what?
10.
Plus 10?
10.
Oh, well.
Bam, we're in there. Ooh, how did 32 treat you?
Jesus.
Damn!
How does a natural 20, which is a
Jesus Christ!
Oh my
Julian!
God!
I'm sorry.
You won!
Let me remind the
Pass
people.
without D.
4-1.
Pass
Holy shit!
without D.
Julian!
Holy!
Hope had a 30 to keep an eye on the ship.
Oh, baby! Pass without a trace! Pass without a trace!
Unfucking believable.
You all sneak with the assistance of Sylvia's magic. You are able to. Are you collecting or destroying the green lung?
Collecting, right? Because we want to breathe out of it.
Yeah, we need them.
But destroying any extras.
So we have enough for the 4 of us plus Zaylin, right?
To last
And
for-
my mother.
to
And your
last
mother.
For how long?
Ooh.
Well, no, we've been stockpiling.
You've
it,
been
so-
stockpiling. Are you? If you're taking a limited supply, I need to know how many days of supply you have on you.
Okay, so I know for sure with the previous battles, we have an excess of 4 right now, and those were just from the days past.
And many days have gone by. So at this point,
Yeah.
you just have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question is, are you destroying in a certain amount, or are you keeping a certain amount?
No, we're keeping it. We're just keeping it on our persons.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to destroy any of it because
We might need it.
we
Mhm.
might fucking need
We're
it.
absolutely gonna need it.
Okay. Hedson and Elanor are able to swipe the green lung from the garden. Y'all have to act,
41! Jesus
y'all have to
Christ!
act quick.
Elanor, I need you to make a shipwide announcement saying that we've been hit by a meteorite or an asteroid. We are now venting atmosphere. And Diya just grins deceitfully. And it's time to depressurize the ship.
Alrighty, you got it. Hello, everyone on the ship. The ship got hit. It is not a good time right now, so we are depressurizing the cabin. May I repeat, we are depressurizing the cabin. Have a great day.
I casted guidance.
It's more of
The cabin is being depressurized.
The timing of this is I do an explosive depressurization out in airlock, so it feels like the ship's been hit, and at the same time the atmosphere is venting. This is more of an emergency broadcast, but yeah, that works too.
I'm just keeping them calm,
You do so.
thinking like nothing's wrong, but everything's wrong for them.
Elanor, you are over at the comms. Diya, you depressurize the airlock. You pull the green lung over your face. The ship shakes and rocks. And at that moment, all of you in your individual places hear a strange chittering, like metal rubbing together.
Oh no.
Cute.
And from each of your perches, this wave of strange white cubes starts to approach you, whether you are in the med bay, by the airlock, by the comm system. This wave of white cubes falling over each other, which Diya, you instantly recognize as nanobots, are moving to push all of you in certain directions of the ship. Everybody make either a dexterity or a strength saving throw.
Fuck.
I don't like either of those options.
And I'm sure it's not, but I'm just gonna ask: is this a spell or magical effect?
Nope.
Oh man, I failed that miserably.
18.
Okay, good.
Wait, do I get advantage on this with danger sense or no?
With danger
Oh.
sense?
Wait, do I not have that? Am I
It's a
getting
barbarian
confused?
thing, I think.
You're
Wait a second,
totally
wait a
right.
second.
It is a barbarian thing.
I think I have something. Do I have? I feel like I have.
I don't
something
know
for
if you
dex
do.
Saves. I'm just double checking real quick.
If there's no little A next to your saves, there's not.
All right, I got a 12 in the dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
My luck's running out.
Last minute resistance. Okay. Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay. Diya, what did you get?
I didn't make it.
Low roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Elanor, you got an 18?
Mhm.
None of you rolled above the 20 needed to get
Jesus.
pushed.
Wow.
But Elanor, you are going to take only 7 points of damage. The rest of you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. Let me roll for Azalin and the Ember Queen.
I'm gonna
Ow!
take half for evasion.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
me too.
Okay.
Or not evasion, mate. The fudge. Uncanny dodge.
Okay. Roger that. You all find yourselves with these devices flying towards all of you, in a very precarious position. As this wall of nanomachines that seemingly came from nowhere starts pushing you to different areas of the ship. Diya, you find yourself pushed towards the med bay. Azalin runs to try and help you push everything, but he does not succeed either, and you all are slammed backwards. Elanor, you, your mother, and Hedson, by the comm system of the ship down the long hallway, find yourself slammed as well. You see nanomachines come from the other side of the hallway as well. And Sylvia, you find yourself trapped in like the main foyer area, blocked off from the comms by these nanomachines chittering around all of you. And the nanomachines briefly open up. First, stepping out in front of Diya and Azalin is Liren. She looks to all of you. Diya MorningStar, I think it's time we settle our ideals. She presses a few buttons. Her battle armor starts to cover her in the nanomachines. Sylvia, in the main foyer area, the nanomachines open up just enough to let in Ishtar, who stands across from you. Without saying anything, she just holds her sword out in front and waits for you to do the same thing. Hedson, Elanor, and the Ember Queen, from the end of this long hallway of your own ship, stepping out, coat flapping behind him, twirling a gun in his hand, you see Raphael Poe.
Oh, I have hated you since I have first laid eyes on you, Zaxxery!
Game on!
Oh, what a good comeback!
And
I'm
that's,
like, I lean it down and I got another metaphor.
and that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, fucking God.
On the initiative
Damn
roll,
it.
baby, 2 sessions left!
Oh.
Should
Wait,
we
you
roll
said
initiative now?
roll initiative or no?
You guys, I mean, you don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
But,
okay.
you know.
Fucking
Combat
God.
Yay!
Woo!
Thank you all for a great session. I know this was a long one, but I wanted to make sure we got through some stuff. yeah, thank you all so much for
Oh
coming
my,
by.
oh, dude, fuck,
Thank you, Timmy. Thank you,
this
Shears.
is
Thank you, B. Thank
crazy.
you,
We're
everybody,
all
for coming through.
separated. What is this combat gonna look like?
We have 2 sessions left. I've squared y'all up against against some enemies. We'll see what happens. Some things are gonna happen, and they're gonna happen quickly. Because we have 2 sessions left. You still have a big rock lady to stop.
You said there could be 4, so there could be 3, perhaps.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. If one of you dies, it'll be a little awkward for me, but I'm not holding back. I got their stats ready. I got their stats ready. Diya has the bean, right? Anyway, my name is Julian or JuliCiel. I am the game master, the storyteller of this whole situation. If you have enjoyed this story, keep an eye on when the next ones are happening, because we have 2 left, and I think they are going to be bananas. If you like my writing, you can check out the Realm Tree audio series, available on any podcasting network. Addie is a voice in it. Our dear sweet Bay in the comment section is also a voice in it. And, yeah, just, I don't know. Y'all already know where to find me. I'm doing some streams. I'm doing some stuff with some other networks too. Roll D5, Girls on These Worlds, etc. Addie, where can the good people find you?
Ah, yes, good people. You can find me on the IG at Addie Bree, on Twitter at the Addie Bree. You can find me on TikTok at Addie Bay Hayes. You can find my website. It's a little outdated, but things are coming. Things are in the work at AddieBreeHayes.com. In my Instagram, you can check out my new little video I made of this lovely character I did for a lovely children's show called Summer and Todd, 2 happy farmers. Actually, I think it's just 2 farmers, and it's pretty cute. Some people don't believe it's me, and that's kind of that's a nice little, oh yay, you don't think that's my voice, cool. Yeah, I am pumped for these next 2 sessions, and of course you can find me on the Realm Tree award-winning audio series, co-produced, created, written, directed by Julian, and of course Kyle and Jamar as well. Got to give the shout out to the boys. But Matthew, what's up in your neighborhood?
You.
Me with the face. What's up? Yeah. I think I'm on Instagram, like Matthew Eberle Photography or something like that. And then also my website, MatthewEberlePhotography.com. I don't know when I started doing this. I think I picked that up from Maddie. Yeah, so that's my shit. Check it out. I take photos. Malik, you make music.
I do when my mic isn't shitting itself and I'm having to fucking use my onboard laptop one. But you can follow me on Instagram at the Maliki Cauldron, where I occasionally, that occasionally is turning into seldom, but it happens when it happens. Post music there. You can also listen to my band Astral Emissaries music on SoundCloud. We're working on an album that we hope comes out this summer. There's like 3 or 4 songs I've been cooking, like a big old tasty, like atmospheric ambient future pop fucking R&B goulash is really good.
Sounds really
and you should listen to the album when it does drop. Hopefully, probably somewhere between July and September if I have to. And you can also listen to Radio Kaiser Kudan, which is a One Piece podcast that I have with 2 friends of mine. One of which has never read or watched any One Piece, and he's just going through each arc, and we're getting his real and raw reactions. It's very cool, very fun. Actually, going to be recording a new episode tomorrow, so maybe look for that probably on the weekend. People who have been listening, and I think that is all for me, dearest Michael, as it were. What, pray tell, do you have going on?
What a good question that is. I'm Michael. I played Hedzin. You might know me from the show you just watched. And you might know me from a tournament organizer for fighting games like Skullgirls and Guilty Gear. Fun fact, I'm hosting my first paid bracket next week, Monday, May 1st at 8 EST. The prize pool is currently sitting at a comfy $720, which is very neat.
That's kind of juicy.
You can follow either twitch.tv/steamgorilla for more details or twitch.tv/ I think it's Fuck, I should know this off the top of my head. The Booty Crew for additional
Dude,
details on
how
that.
do you forget the booty
I
crew?
forgot it had the proper article on it. And you can also find me in your heart, but don't look too close. Julian.
Wow. Everybody look for Michael. Thank you all so much for coming through. I'm truly so excited for what is to happen next. It's been buzzing in my head for like not
year?
quite a year at this point. But I mean,
I'm
like,
terrified.
these plans have been like 8 months. When I said that depending on your actions, you're gonna have one final boss or the other, I'm just buzzing. I'm just buzzing
Oh,
for
boy.
things that are to come. Thank you all so much. I know that we kind of sporadically do not have a consistent day that we do these, but that is why I appreciate so much when people come through, because this campaign means a lot to me, means a lot to these people, and we will catch you on the next one, possibly our second to last. See you then.